evening. Good evening, 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 guten Abend, Merry Christmas, and welcome to the Christmas special of Game Night. I hope you're all well. Sorry for the delayed start. Sorry there was no warm-up. I thought by the time we got to the point we were at, I was just so delayed that I thought, let's just go. Let's just go. The reason we're delayed is because I and Mrs. Fleisch have been writing questions right up until 2 minutes to 8, and then I had to get some pictures and stuff for them. Some of us are stored in food comas. I feel like a second food coma is going to come upon me quite soon. Hodders. It was... there was so much food yesterday and then so much left today, and just all of the food. Thank you for the hype train, by the way, you lovely, lovely, splendid people. Matt the Ref gifting out a tier 1 sub to Hodders there. Ardenfet's resubbing for 5 months. Matt the Ref resubbing for 17 months. Ash resubbing for 17 months. Block resubbing for 5 months. Clive resubbing for 13 months. You are all absolutely splendid. Thank you so much for your continued generosity. That's not a word. Generosity and goodwill, especially at this holiday time. Hodders won the gift sub in outright. Aha. Well, congratulations, Hodders. On that gift sub. And thank you for choosing to use it over here. I hope you are well. Did everyone have a good Christmas? Does anyone know what day it is? Apparently it's Saturday. I wouldn't know. They all sort of start blowing into one around this time of year. But apparently it is Saturday, which is a stream day. So it's going to be my Christmas special, which I was always pending to do this one. So we've got a couple of games of Red Herrings and then a couple of a brand new game, which has never been seen before, coming up very, very shortly after these two. So that'll be exciting. We all like Red Herrings. I think we all like Red Herrings. And there's 2 question packs for Red Herrings. One written by myself and Mrs. Flush, and then one from Topper One Gaming. It's a first-time contributor to questions on this channel, so very much looking forward to that as the second game of Red Herrings. I think Topper said they were going to be... Topper is around. Welcome, Topper One Gaming. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for your contribution. It's a very, very good question pack, having gone through it. I think it's very well balanced, very well thought out, and I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. So we look forward to seeing that from Topper One Gaming a little bit later on. And, of course, new game and a pilot disclaimer. I want to say pirate disclaimer. I've said that nearly a couple of times. But pilot disclaimer, first time running a new game, as ever, things are likely to go wrong, possibly might go wrong. And if that happens, then we'll get by. But I think it should be okay, and it should be good fun either way. So that'll be coming up about 9:15. Got a couple of new games. I need some chocolate. I've got wine at the moment, so I'll stick with wine. Pirate warning, as opposed to pilot warning. Arr, Pirates of Penzance pilot. The Pilot of Penzance. That'd be an interesting show. An interesting opera, wouldn't it? The Pilot of Penzance. Well, what else is there to say? First of all, I'm on the wrong Stream Deck channel. I'm on the new game one. I don't want to be there yet. Christmas time. I've got some new socks. My parents, my wife told my parents that I only wear socks with a single colour, so they got me some lovely rainbow socks. I've got a set of dominoes, which is very nice. I've got a chocolate orange, actually. That's a thing I might have later on if I get peckish. I've got a chocolate orange there. That could be fun. What else? I've got a load of new quiz books. I actually asked for quiz books this year, just in case I ever need a tip or a pointer in writing questions in the right direction. That'll be fun. I've got a coffee machine, brand new coffee machine from my wife, which is currently sat under the desk and acting as a sort of pseudo footrest at the moment, until such a time as we get to get it set up. And then Mini Flush, would you believe, he got me a watch. He got me a new watch. He picked it out himself, apparently used his own pocket money to get it. I haven't unwrapped it and stuff yet, but I'll just put it up to the camera. Brand new watch from Mini Flush, very similar to my other one, but in black, which is the sort of thing exactly that I was after, because I have been thinking I need to get a second watch. So, yeah, we've got a brand new watch, so it's not bad at all. Endless amounts of chocolate, about 5,000 bottles of wine. So, yeah, it's been a good haul, and it's been fun. So, yeah, I hope you all got things that you wanted as well. Santa brought you everything that you desired. Last till February. What, the wine or the chocolate or the watch, David? You don't really do Christmas. Oh, Alex, fair enough. But I suppose if you did do Christmas, Alex, you would have done it the day before. Chocolate, Coke and money. Can't complain. Depends what sort of Coke, I suppose. We got a level 2... Level 2 hype train completed there. Let's put a choo-choo in the chat. Thank you very much for your support. You're very, very generous people. So, first game of Red Herrings. This is written by, as I said, myself and Mrs. Flush. Mrs. Flush wrote round 2, which is the picture round. The other rounds were written by me. So we'll see how we get on with this. And if you would like to play Red Herrings tonight, You will need to argument out of range exception. Okay. Oh, is that the thread thing? Have we just had a race? Okay, well, we'll just do that again then. Well, I'm waffling away, wittering away, and Twitch Lib has gone to sleep. But that's fine. We'll roll the credits again, and that'll be fine. Hopefully it'll work second time. Is it round 2 that's the picture round? Let's find out. If I take the padlock off. Yeah. Yes. It is. So I have got the right round marked as a picture round. So, opening credits take 2, and let's open the lobby straight away. And there we go. JIAW, if you want to come and play Red Herrings tonight, we can have up to 49 players, so do make your way in. Anyone who's welcome to play this game, written by myself and Mrs. Flush. I haven't said good evening to you. I'll do that while you come and join the lobby. Clive, Matt, Ardenfetch, Innes, good evening, welcome, Merry Christmas, Lupine1, Hodders, Topper1, Tyson Bain, Apodo, J White, ABNE, Dogfish for Trudel, Samster, It's Sotley, We Like Shapes, Atogi, Procyon, Toadboy, Brian, Necker Grandma, Ash, Effrontery, Blockworker, David Bodycom, now cut that out, Cycle Space, Theory of Game. Welcome to you all, and a very Merry Christmas. Hope you've having a good Christmas weekend, I suppose is what it is. 22 in so far. Let's see if we can get a few more in. I'll give you till the end of this loop as usual. Type in the code. Remember, you do need to whisper all answers to the bot, but you only need a single letter, A through P, I think it is. Make your ways in. I was in an air drum solo. Nobody complained. 2 cans of drink open. Yes. Got to be careful not to upset it. Welcome to the game, Anisep. And there's a tipster. Welcome, tipster. Merry Christmas, sir. Hope you're keeping well. It was fun playing with Tipster and Ash and Score yesterday, but sort of an impromptu game. Thank you for all the hosts as well there, Tipster. Bit of an impromptu game of $1 billion pyramid, or 50,000 something pyramid over in Ash's server, which was really good fun. That was following on from Boyardland. $100,000. Thank you, Toadboy. $100,000 pyramid. Why are you in the game, Toadboy? Come join the game. If you like, you don't have, make your own choices, but don't do anything because I say to or not to. But go right now. Rather watch. Fair enough. Maybe later on. New game coming up later on, and of course second question pack as well from Topper1 Gaming a bit later on. The 50p pyramid, yes. Different spin on it, the budget version. Right, so the loop is going to be coming to an end shortly. You must all come and join the game. Welcome, True Dave Tom. We'll give it a few more minutes, a few more seconds. There's the loop coming to an end, so I'm going to lock you in. If you are all ready to play, I'll give you an extra 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. There's Free Ruckus. Welcome, Free Ruckus. New name, not seen before. You're very welcome here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5, 1, half, quarter, 0. Let's lock it up. Round 1 is space. Live from space. I can't steal that meme. That's Ash's meme. I can't steal that. I was channeling a Portal thing really here. I have a feeling I've used this as a round title before. Space, but you'll see how it goes. This is the opening round, which was written by me. Yeah, as the way this game works, all of the answers are given to you around the edge. There are no repeats. 4 of the answers in this round are what we call red herrings, which means that they are not answers to any questions. You'll get 12 questions throughout this round, and there are 12 answers. And the answers are all given at the beginning, and all you need to do is type the letter. You don't need to type the whole answer, just the letter, and whisper it to Persephone's Twitch bot, not in public chat. If you type it in public chat, it will not be processed. It will be deleted by a moderator. So make sure you've got Persephone's Twitch bot up and running, ready to whisper to. Matt's just giving you the instruction there if you need to know how to do that. So find the bot, get her ready, make sure you're whispering your letters to her. In this first round, the questions are worth a point if you get them right, and they will cost you a point if you get them wrong. So +1 for right, -1 for wrong, yeah. Nice and simple. The only exceptions are the bonus questions. There are 3 bonus questions snuck into this round, and if you get a bonus question right, you get 3 points, and if you get a bonus question wrong, you lose 3 points. Very simple. Get it right, you get some points. Get it wrong, you lose some points. In this round, there is no penalty for abstaining. In fact, none of the rounds I don't think there's any penalty for abstaining, apart from possibly the last round. Though, of course, if you abstain, you don't get any points. But you don't lose any either. So if you're not sure, may be worth guessing, may not be. You'll have to make that decision for yourself. As ever with these games, do keep your eye on the chat, because if you're running with a little bit of latency or playing on a mobile device, the text coming up in the chat will be on time. It will be in real time, or as close as we can get, whereas what you're seeing on the screen might be 3 or 4 or even more seconds late, and it might cost you the opportunity to get the answers in because they auto-lock. So do keep your eye on the chat. As ever with Red Herrings, the round is fully automated, so once I press the go button, I cannot stop it, and so don't ask me to. Any queries you have will be resolved at the end, but everything should be good and above board. So round 1 is space. And here are your options. Nebula, Pluto, Mercury, Satellite, Neptune, Venus, Sun, Saturn, Star, Moon, Sirius, Mars, Supermassive Black Hole, Uranus, Jupiter, and Earth. Please be about astronomy. Well, there could be any number of different things that this round is about. At the end of the round, if you get all of them right, you get a bonus 2 points, which means I think there's potentially 20 points, might be 25 at the end of the round. So it's 9 plus 9, so yeah, 18. So 18 points, plus if you get all 12 correct, you get a bonus 2 points. A reminder that none of the answers are repeated, none of the answers is repeated, and 4 of them are what we call red herrings. Good luck, have fun. Round 1 is space, and here's question 1. Eyes on the chat. Here we go. Which chemical element is liquid at room temperature and is often used in thermometers? Well done, Free Rockers, just getting in time. Drew, Dave, Tom, not getting. Everyone who attempted that get the right answer. It was C, Mercury. On we go, question number 2. And it's the first bonus question, so this one is worth 3 points if you get it right, and it will cost you 3 if you get it wrong. Here it is. Which word featured in the title of the 1995 Christmas number 1? A few more abstentions here. Well, I don't know if you got it. It was P, Earth. It's Earth Song by Michael Jackson. Well done if you got that one right. Let's go on to question number 3. When one achieves the lowest score possible in a card game, it is often referred to as shooting the what? It's J, Moon. Shooting the moon is what you do. Well done if you got that one right. Let's go on to question number 4. What is the title of a track that featured on Muse's 4th studio album? Oh, there's a wrong answer there from Matt. Losing himself another point. Not everyone attempting it, but most people doing so. It was M, Supermassive Black Hole from the 4th album, Black Holes and Revelations. Great album, that is. On we go. Question 5. What name features in a carnivorous plant native to the USA? This one's slightly easier. It's F, Venus. It is, of course, the Venus flytrap. On we go. Question number, bonus question. 3 if you get it right, losing 3 if you get it wrong. Question 6. Karen Gillan starred as which character in the MCU? That's the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Ooh, Clive losing 3. Itogi losing 3. Big points to lose there on a bonus question. It's a Nebula. She played Nebula. Okay, on we go then. Halfway through, here's question 7. Snuffles or Padfoot are the names used to disguise the true identity of which character? I'm not telling you from where they're from. Well done if you got that. It's K. Sirius. It's Sirius Black from Harry Potter. Looks like Samster's the only one to have a full maximum score so far. Let's see how we get on with this next one, which is another bonus question, the last one of the round. 3 if you get it right, losing 3 if you get it wrong. Here's question number 8. What is the 7th planet of our solar system? We've managed to work it out eventually. Here come the answers. Can they get any time? 3 points if you can. Not quite everybody. The answer is N. Uranus, or Uranus, if you prefer, or Uranus. Just a few questions left. Here's question 9. In Roman mythology, Salacia is the consort of which god? Dogfish in and wrong. Holger in and wrong. Effrontery in and wrong. Oh, goodness me. Someone get it right. There we go. Drew, Dave, Tom and Clive and Procyon and Samster have got it right. But only the 4 of them. Only worth a single point, though. It's E. Neptune. Neptune was the answer. On we go, then. Question 10. What was first created in 1932 and has a black wrapper? A black wrapper? In the solar system? In space, I should say. Looks like most of us getting that one right. The answer is L. Mars, the Mars bar. Just 2 left then in this round. Question 11. What is the name of Fireman Sam's fire engine? Really? I thought everyone would be banging on this one. Samster has got it. Looks like he is still on for a perfect round. It's Jupiter. Well done if you got that. Yes, Fireman Sam's fire engine is called Jupiter. One final question then in this first round. What is the name of Mickey Mouse's dog? And Samster retaining that perfect score, going to get himself 2 bonus points. Very well done, Samster. Is everyone going to get an answer? I thought we'd just wait for free ruckus. And there it is. Well done. Everybody getting a correct answer. No changes to the scores. It is B, Pluto. And that is the end of round 1. Oh, but let's reveal the red herrings. D, Satellite, G, Sun, H, Saturn, I, Star. They all began with S. That is now the end of round 1. Not too bad in the opening round. Samster at the top with a perfect game. Perfect round, getting 18 points and getting those 2 bonus points up to 20. It's Sotley's got 16, Procyon's got 15. Oh, excuse me, Lupine's got 14. As has now cut that out. Hodders and Theory of Game and Tyson Bain and Innis all have 13. Who's Mr. Purple? Or Mrs. Purple? Or Person Purple? Anasep. Anasep has got 12, as has ABME. Podonueva's on 11, along with Holganate. J White's on 10. We Like Shapes, Tipster, Dogfish all on 9. Cycle Space and Clive and Effrontery and Top 1 all on 8. Brian's got 7. Drew, Dave, Tom and Matt and Free Ruckus have got 6. Nicogramma on 5. Vitogi on 4. That wasn't bad. I got most of the avatars there. Thank you for your patience. And if you're just joining us, welcome to the stream. It is lovely to have you here. We will be having another game of Red Herrings later on, and we will be having 2 games of my brand new game, which I have not revealed the title of yet, but we'll find out in a bit. Now, I'm going to preface going to the next round by saying this round is a picture round, and it was also written by Mrs. Flush. And you get to see the title first, and it's a picture round. Written by Mrs. Flush. And she's going tee-hee-hee in the background. Shall we go there now? Let's have a look at what the title of round 2 is. Round 2 is called Lady Parts. Here come all the Asco terms of service, yeah. Lady Parts, written by Milady, and it is the picture round. The picture round is Lady Parts. Towels required. So see, it's worth it just for the reactions. Can't thank me for the creativity, Brian. This is all Mrs. Flush who came up with this one. But she stood right here, so I'll pass on your regards. Don't panic, anybody. Yeah. Let me explain the rules. You'll have to wait and see, Matt. Let me explain the rules of this round. This is the freeze-out round, okay? It's the freeze-out round. So if you get a question wrong, you are frozen out of the following question, all right? So get it wrong and you're frozen out of the next question. Abstain and there's no penalty, but of course you don't get points. If you get it right, you get points depending how quickly you answer. So answer in the first 5 seconds, you get 3 points. The next 5 seconds, you get 2. The last 5 seconds, you get 1. So the faster you answer correctly, the more points you get. Get it wrong, you're frozen out the next one. And again, there are 3 bonus questions secreted into this round somewhere. Maybe that wasn't the best choice of verb given the title, but there are 3 bonus questions secreted in for which there is no timer bonus but just a flat rate of 5. You can't lose any more points from this round onwards, but if you get a bonus question wrong, you are frozen out of the next one, just like if you got a regular question wrong. The emphasis was not. Well, let's have a look, and then Mrs. Flush will explain why she called it lady parts.
Podders!
What's the wrong answers? You get discharged. Boom, boom. Well, round 2 is lady parts. Let's take a look at the options. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. So, the lady part in question is actually ladies who have played parts, lady actresses, and these are all people that you're very fond of, is that right?
Mostly, yeah.
Mostly people that Mrs. Flush is very fond of. So, again, there are 12 questions in the round. If you get all of them correct, you get a bonus 3 points. Doesn't matter how quickly you answer them, but if you get a full roster of correct answers, then you get a bonus 3 points. Okay, good luck. Have fun. Round 2 is lady parts, written by Mrs. Flush. Take a look at question number 1. Who played the serial killer Aileen Wuornos in the 2003 film Monster? Not many people attempting this one. A few points being given out there. Clive and Matt freezing themselves out. It was M down there. That's Charlize Theron. Clive and Matt are frozen out. Let's go on to question 2. I've never played a single game before is a recent quote from an interview following my successful 2020 Netflix show, Who Am I? Few wrong answers creeping in. Only 2 people getting this one right. No change to positions. That's Anya Taylor-Joy down on I. The show in question was The Queen's Gambit. 5 people frozen out of this next question. Question 3. Who pulled a publicity stunt in 2017 by hiding copies of The Handmaid's Tale around New York City? Sotley getting that one wrong.
Tough round.
No one getting that one right. It's Emma Watson. Emma Watson was the right answer. So on we go to question number 4. Which of these is a patron of the Charles Dickens Statue Fund and secured the UK's first Charles Dickens statue for Portsmouth? I think that may have been an early buzz in there from Free Ruckus. Lupine, also incorrect. We Like Shapes has got a correct answer, as has Effrontery. Only 2 players. That's Gillian Anderson on C. On we go. Free Ruckus is frozen out, as is Lupine. Question 5. What was the name of William Shakespeare's wife? There we go. More answers coming in now.
Yeah, this was a very tough round.
Drew, Dave, Tom getting it wrong. We've not seen any bonus questions yet, and we're almost at the halfway mark. Few differences there. That's L. That's Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway was the name of William Shakespeare's wife. On we go to question number 6. It's the first bonus question. Anna Sepp and Drew, Dave, Tom, bad luck. You're frozen out. No time penalty or time reward for this one. Flat rate of 5 if you get this right. Who shares her first name with a Harry Potter journalist? There's a couple of 5s going in there. Itogi's wrong. Sarker Space, Dogfish, Clive wrong. Topper one getting it right though. Well done if you got this. That's Rita Hayworth on E. Rita Skeeter, the journalist in Harry Potter. On we go. Question number 7. Who is Judy Garland's daughter? Well done if you got this. That's H. Liza Minnelli, I believe, over on H. Well done if you got that one. Let's go on now. Cut That Out has taken the lead. We're another bonus question. Lupine, Apodo Nuevo, Matt the Ref, you're all frozen out of this one. Bad luck. Take a look at this for 5 points. I was fluent in French, English, Spanish, Dutch, Portuguese, and Italian. Who am I? Note the word was. Might be a clue. Why don't you got that one? P. Audrey Hepburn was the right answer there. A lot of freeze-outs there. Was worth 5 points, so worth a go. Question 9. Which of these was also an accomplished writer and passed away in December 2016? And if you got that, it was the late, great Carrie Fisher. D was the correct answer. Let's go on, just a few more questions left. And here's the final bonus question of the round. Flat rate of 5 if you get this right. Itogi and Dogfish, bad luck, you're frozen out. Have a look at this. Which one of these was married to James Doherty, Joe DiMaggio, and Arthur Miller? Is it Doherty or Doherty? Doherty. Lots of 5 points going out here, not to everyone, but a lot of people. A. Marilyn Monroe. Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? A nation turns its lonely eyes to you. Question 11. Although I set out to be an actress, I am more renowned for my musical career. Who am I? There's only a handful of answers left. Well done if you got that. It was, of course, F. Madonna. Madonna did set out to be an actress, ended up turning into Queen of Pop, I suppose you could call her. Last question, question 12. I was nominated for my first Academy Award in 2007 when I was just 13 years old. Who am I? Few wrong answers creeping in there. Well done if you got B. That's Shears Ronan. Well done. Saoirse, I beg your pardon, I can't do Irish names. Saoirse Ronan. Red Herrings there. Natalie Portman on G. Scarlett Johansson on J. Meryl Streep on K. And Jennifer Lawrence on N. That is the end of round 2.
Joe DiMaggio apparently sent roses to Marilyn Monroe's grave for years after she died.
Oh, what a nice guy.
That's sad.
Nice guy, Joe DiMaggio. That is the end of the second round, round 2. Bit of a tough one there. There's stumped quite a few people. Lots of freeze-outs going on there. Weak start, strong finish for Holger, mate. Well, now Cut That Out has taken the lead with 42. Hodder's into second with 39. Samster slips down to third with 32. Itzotli's got 30. ABME and We Like Shakes both on 29. Holger, mate, finishing there on 26. Tyson's got 25. Procyon and Topper One have got 24. Clive and Theory of Game on 22. Lupine's got 21. Innis has got 20. Apodonueva's got 19. Anasep and Tipster on 18. Dogfish on 16. Cycle Space and Jay White on 15. Matt's on 14, along with Effrontery and Free Ruckus, I think that was. Naked Grammar on 10. Itogi on 9. Brian on 7. Drew Dave Tom on 6. Those are the scores at the end of round 2. And thank you to Mrs. Flush for writing that round all about lady parts. Let's go on then to round number 3. This one, as you may well imagine, is by me. It's called In the Deck. This is quite a fun round, I think. I think you'll have a little bit of fun with it, maybe at least a little bit. In the Deck is the category of the round. You'll see there are only 9 options for this. 9 options for... No, 12 options for this one. 9 questions, 3 red herrings, and a partridge in a pear tree. Yeah. 9 questions instead of 12. The scoring for this round, this is the accumulator round. So the first question you attempt will get you 1 point if you get it right. The next one will get you 2. The next one will get you 3, and so on. If you get a question wrong, it breaks your accumulator and you reset back to 1. If you abstain, you don't get the points, but it doesn't break your accumulator. You'll go purple if you're on an accumulator, and you'll go blue if you are back to 0. So long and short of it is you may as well have a guess at the first question because there is nothing to lose. There's no other penalty for being wrong other than breaking the accumulator. You can't get frozen out anymore. So it's in the deck. There are 12 options, 9 questions, and 3 red herrings. Have a look at the options for round 3. Queen, 5, 7, King, Ace, 9, 8, 4, 3, Jack, 2, 6. All in the deck of cards, as you might imagine. Let's see where this round is going to go. And bingo, as Clive said. Well, good luck, have fun. Round 3 is in the deck. A through L is all you need. Here is question number 1. An unreturned tennis serve is known as what? Is everyone getting an answer? Nice to see. No change to the scores. 1 point for everyone. It is, of course, an ace. They get harder. Maybe. We'll find out. Question 2. 3 plus which number makes the only value of playing card not present in the available answers? Yeah, you did, Procyon. Didn't want to say anything, but yeah, you spotted it, but that was a question. The answer was C7. A couple of people breaking accumulators there. Let's go on. Question 3. No bonuses in this round, by the way. How many limbs did the creature whose garden the Beatles sang about have? Yeah, there's no bonus questions in this round, I should have said. Well done if you got 8. It's, of course, an octopus. An octopus's garden in the shade. G8 was the correct answer. As in G8 Summit, lol. What connects Elizabeth, Latifah, and Freddie Mercury? Freddie Mercury. I don't know why it has not said the last word of that question there. What connects Elizabeth, Latifah, and Freddie Mercury? Most of us getting that is, of course, a Queen. Queen Latifah, Queen Elizabeth, and Freddie Mercury, the lead singer of the band Queen. On we go. Question 5. The Dave Brubeck album Time Out featured the jazz standard Take What? Again, most of us getting it. It's B, Take 5. Take 5. DMCA Takedown. Question number 6. The author of It, The Green Mile, and The Shining is Stephen who? Another relatively straightforward one there is D. King. Stephen King was the answer. Getting into the twilight of the round, then question 7. How many players are there on a curling team? If you're keeping track, there aren't that many answers left to pick from. I don't know if you got that. H4. 4 players on a curling team, apparently. I found that out this week. I can't remember where I saw it, but there we go. Question 8. The game Uno is based off the card game Take What? Ooh, a slightly trickier one. Not as many answers here. But you have got it. It's K2. Take 2, also known as Crazy Eights. Bonus 5 points, I think, at the end of this round if you get 9 out of 9. Have a look at this. What is the name of the ball, used in lawn bowls? The name of the bell? I can't read tonight. What is the name of the ball used in lawn bowls? It is, of course, J for Jack. J was the correct answer. Let's have a look at the red herrings. 9, 3, and 6. F, I, and L. And that is the end of round 3. Few people getting that bonus of 5 for getting all the correct answers there, and with that, Procyon has taken the lead with 74. Now cut that out, slips into second with 70. Tipster in third on 68. Hodders has got 67. Dogfish 66. Samster 61. Innis 56. Little big changes in some of these scores. Different leader at the end of each round, which is always nice to see. Holgermate's got 54. Tyson Bain's got 53. Theory of Game and We Like Shapes both on, and ABME, I beg your pardon, also on 50. Lupine's got 49, Clive's got 46, Sotley's got 46, Anicep's got 46, Top of One Game's got 45, Cycle Space 43, Podonoaver on 40, Naked Grandma 31, Effrontery on 30, Free Ruckus 29, Matt on 26, Brian on 22, Jay White 21, Drudo Tom 16, and Itogi on 11. So that is the end of round 3, but there's all to play for still in the final. Let's go there now. Are the cinemas open yet? Is the title of the final round. Are the cinemas open yet? So, in this round, it's slightly different. You have to submit a string of 6 letters. There will be 6 answers that fit in with the criteria. No, I win. Keshi wins by default. There'll be 16 options, and 6 of them all fit the criteria, which will be given to you in a minute. 10 of them are red herrings. You must submit all 6 answers to the bot, and you've got 90 seconds in which to do it. If you submit all 6, you get 50 points. The first player to do it gets 50 points. The next player to get all 6 gets 45. The next player gets 40, and so on until there are either no points left available and the 10th player gets 5 points, or you run out of time after 90 seconds. With this round, the syntax is quite important. You must submit exactly 6 letters, and you must submit them without spaces or punctuation, commas, full stops separating them. Just a string of 6 letters, for example, A, B, C, D, E, F would be fine. If you get it wrong, you'll be pinged back and you'll be told how many you got right, and then you're frozen out for 3 seconds or 5 seconds. 5 seconds, I think. So yeah, it's a bit like Wipeout. Deselect before you reselect, yeah. So yeah, you're frozen out for 5 seconds if you get it wrong, but you're also told how many you got right. So you go orange. Keep an eye on the chat because you're pinged immediately in the chat, and then you've sort of got to count to 5 before you are timed back into the game. But make sure you submit exactly 6, otherwise it won't be processed. That's very important. And as usual, to Persephone's Twitchbot. So, final round. Are the cinemas open? Very best of luck to you all, and have fun with it as usual. 50 points if you're the first to find all 6. Here we go. Options are Toy Story 4, Tenet, Dolittle, Spider-Man Far From Home, Uncut Gems, Bad Boys for Life, Fantasy Island, Cats, No Time to Die, Enola Holmes, Joker, Sonic the Hedgehog, His House, Pokemon Detective Pikachu, The Gentleman, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Identify the 6 films that had a cinematic release excluding festivals in 2020. So, we've had a couple of people up to 4, Hodders and Clive up to 4. Lupine's now found 5, as has Samster. Procyon's now up to 4. Tips has got up to 5 now. Now cut that out, it's up to 5. Still looking for that 6th. We've got a minute to go. I feel we could be on for it. There's our first all 6. Lupine getting themselves 50 points. Is the first. 45 points now up for grabs. And they've gone to Drew Dave Tom. Very well played, Drew Dave Tom. 45 points. Procyon still on 5 there. Now cut that out. Still on 5 as well. Tips has gone back down to 4. Toppers at 4. Samsa is the second to find all the answers, getting themselves 40 points. Could be a high-scoring game here. 35 points now if you can find all 6. With 30 seconds to go. Procyon has found all 6, getting themselves 35 points. We Like Shapes has found all 6 as well for 30. Now 25 points to go with 25 seconds left. Are you going to get there? Can anyone else do it? This is, I think, probably the most victories we've had in a final so far, which is encouraging to see. Still at 3s and 4s. 3s and 4s, any more than that? Can we ascend beyond 4? ABME has found 5 with 5 seconds to go. Maybe got time for one more submission. Can we get to 6? No, it's just 5, and that is time up. And I haven't fixed that bug with the countdown, but it hasn't affected it there. The correct answers were B, Tenet, C, Doolittle, F, Bad Boys for Life, G, Fantasy Island, L, Sonic the Hedgehog, and O, The Gentleman. Very, very close game, and lots of good points going out in that final there for even more changes to the scores. There were a couple there that had Netflix releases in 2020 and a couple that were late 2019, but those were the 6 that had cinematic releases. The only other one you could have argued for was, there was one that was at the, I think Uncut Gems might have been at the Sundance Film Festival in 2020 or something, or it might have been 2019, I forget now, but yes, Sonic the Hedgehog was right at the start of the year. Holger, mate, yes, I thought he doesn't, seems like longer than that actually somehow, but Enola Holmes certainly was a Netflix release, didn't actually have a cinematic release, so bad luck on that one. So at the end of that first game, Uncut Gems was Christmas. Thank you, Procyon. Yeah, got reviewed very highly by Mark Kermode, actually, Uncut Gems, so with Adam Sandler in it. Something I think I need to see. That is the end of the first game, and so it was a very close game and lots of victors at the end there and a lot of changes to the scores. Hello, Kira, welcome to the stream. You're just in time for the second game. If you want to come and join in, you'd be very welcome. But at the end of the first game, the winner, with 109, is Procyonics. Well played. Very well done, Procyon. Managing to get up to first place by the end of round 3 and managing to hang on to it. Only just 8 points ahead of Samsa at the end there. But Procyon, you have eked out a victory in Red Herrings. Congratulations to you. So, that's the end of the first game. It is the time my internet died, which is a perfect time to actually have a little pause and go to the credits and stuff while we reset for game number 2. So give me a couple of seconds to reset the next question pack. The next question pack is written by Topper One Gaming. So Topper, obviously, goes without saying you're unable to join in on the next game. But thank you very much for writing the questions, and I'm sure everyone is going to love them. So sit tight, we'll roll the credits, and I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Welcome back to game number 2 of Red Herrings. Thank you very much to Coda for that 5-month Prime subscription. That's enormously kind of you. Thank you for your continued support and a very Merry Christmas to you. I'm seeing some new people have joined since the start of the last game, so welcome. You're just in time for the second game of Red Herrings tonight, which if you'd like to play, you'll need to pop in the lobby code in just a second. This pack is written by Topper One Gaming. It's Topper One's first contribution to this channel, so we're enormously grateful to them. And remind me, Topper One, next time I close the build down to update your name in the credits. Also, remind me to ask you what you want your name to appear as in the credits. We'll go from there. So have fun with this. There is a picture round in it, no music round this week. But if you want to play, pop in the code. It's almost chav. Chicksva. Pop it in, you'll come into the lobby. Welcome to you all. And a reminder that you do need to whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot, and as ever you will need to keep your eye on the chat, because that is where the questions are going to be live. So do keep your eyes down there. As usual, we'll give you till the end of the sting to come and join the game, so do come and join in. We're up to 22 so far. That's where we got to last time, and then had a few more people join towards the end of the loop. Make your way in, make your way here. Just look at our Christmas tree up behind us. It's going to be up until January, I'm sure. So who have we got? We've got ABME, we've got Samster, we've got Lupine, we've got Clive, we've got Keshi, we've got Hodders, we've got Dogfish, we've got Tipster, we've got Matt, we've got Cycle Space, we've got Jay White, we've got Brian, we've got Itzotli, we've got Cola, we've got Useless Noisemaker, we've got Tyson, we've got We Like Shakes, we've got, I think that's Free Ruckus again. Walt Disney Castle, I should know this one. I can't press the ID button yet because it'll break things. We've got Theory of Game, Naked Grandma, Apodo Nuevo, Drudo Tom, Now Cut That Out, David J. Bodigam, welcome to the game. Coolio, it's Coolio. Hello, Coolio. Welcome to the game. Lovely to have you here. And apologies, I keep forgetting your avatar. I will try and remember for the duration of this game at the very least. So, you've got about 30 seconds if you want to come and join. Come and have some Christmas herring, courtesy of Topper One Gaming. Oh, we're going into the cool bassy bit. Right, I'm going to get some more wine. Appropriately, actually, for the game that we're playing, the wine what I'm drinking tonight is not Christmas herring, it's mad fish. I've got a bottle of mad fish on the go, which is very nice. It's okay, actually. Does it go well with it? I don't know, actually, Lupin. We don't eat a huge amount of fish in this house, actually. But it is an appropriate wine for the game we're playing. Lingamaniac, welcome to the game. Lovely to have you here. That is the end of the loop. We are up to 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 26 players. So I'll give you a little bit of grace time at the end if you'd like to come in and join the lobby. So once the game has started, you won't be able to join. I'm inclined just to let it lull for a bit, just in case the internet does a sharp. So you had a bottle of mad fish once. It's a shame what happened to them. Very nice. Right, so this is Topper One Gaming's first contribution. So please be wonderful and splendid as you usually are. And Topper One has said he is open to receiving some feedback. I think it's actually a very well balanced question pack, and I think it's really good. But if you are going to give some feedback, I'd wait until afterwards and do it in the Discord server, which you can go and join right there, by the way. Oh, welcome in. It's just in time. And also do it nicely, because we like to be nice to people, especially if they're just on a first time here. So yes. What's happening? Huh? What do you call a mad fish? A blind mad fish, a mad fish. Very amusing. Criticise me, please. Not at all. Not at all, Top One Gaming. Any feedback will be with the best of intentions, not designed as a criticism. Right, I think we just about had enough time. Shall we start? Shall we get going? I'll give it to the end of this loop. It's over halfway through. I went to get wine. Sorry, I've extended it. 5 out of 10. Must try harder. Oh, poor Topper One. Hello, Procyon. Welcome back. Come to defend their title as we go into game number 2. And a reminder that we are playing a brand new game after this game of Red Herrings. I've got 2 question packs for a brand new game lined up, which is in the same sort of spirit as Red Herrings, as opposed to The Escape Artist or The Purge. It's all a bit fun and relaxed and colourful rather than dark and scary and anxiety-inducing. Yellow Sardines, yes, that's the new game, Sam's. Red Herrings straight into Yellow Sardines. So brand new game alert, which of course will be on pilot mode. So brace yourselves for things to go wrong with it. Right, we've got 28 players. That'll do for me. There's the end of the loop. Let's go to round number 1. We get all the Red Herrings puns out of your systems, chat. Round 1 is called When? And you may notice a theme running through these questions as we go. So, round 1 is when. A reminder that round 1 works like this. If you give me a correct answer, all the answers will be around the side, and you need only type A through P to Persephone's Twitch bot. You don't need the full answer, just the letter. But make sure you whisper it to the bot. If you put it into public chat, it will be deleted by a mod, and it won't be processed, more importantly, by the computer. So make sure you've got the bot ready to type your answers to, A through P. If you give me a right answer, you get 1 point. If you give me a wrong answer, you lose 1 point. If you abstain, there is no penalty. So it's up to you as to whether or not you're going to take a guess. Try and work it out from the options that you've got or not. There are 16 options and 12 questions, which means there are 4 red herrings in this round that you want to avoid. Yeah, as well as that, there are 3 bonus questions in this round, and the bonus questions, instead of being worth 1, are worth 3, either up or down, depending whether you get them right or wrong. Simple round, get it right, get some points. Get it wrong, lose some points. Abstain, no change. So, round 1 is when. Here are your options. 1984, 1968, 2000, 2004, 1960, 2008, 1996, 1988, 1980, 1976, 1992, 1956, 1972, 2012, 1952, 1964. Did that in one breath. Oh boy indeed. Olympics incoming, boy, says Coolio. Well, maybe. You'll have to wait and see. So the great thing about this game is that you can have a category with broadly similar answers but have a whole range of topics. Screaming in terror. Well, bonus 2 points if you do manage to find all 12 correct answers. It's a maximum score of 18 for this round. Good luck, have fun, and thanks again to Topper One Gaming. Round 1 is when? Here's question 1. Whispering to the bot, eyes on the chat, because one of the questions in chat, the question is live. Question 1. In what year was George H.W. Bush elected the 41st US president? Wow, splitting the room there. Lots of wrong answers. It was H1988. He beat Dukakis, I believe. Yes, that's George Bush Sr., as Hodders is pointing out, not George W. Bush. Question 2. In what year was the first Concorde commercial flight? Oh, a lot of up and down here. A couple of players are 2 for 2. 3 players are either 2 for 2. Does Clive now cut that out? And Hodders and Innes as well. J, 1976 was the first commercial flight. On we go to the next question, which is the first bonus question. Get this right, you get 3. Get it wrong, and you lose 3. Have a look at this. In what year was the Rubik's Cube introduced in shops worldwide? Couple of early answers in here. Remember, you're losing 3 if you get this one wrong because it's a bonus question. You might want to sit on your hands. Again, a big split there. It was I-1980. It was invented 6 years earlier, but wasn't commercially released worldwide until 1980. Well done if you got that. Question 4. In what year was the first Eurovision Song Contest held? Just a point either way for this one. Any Euro fans out there? Europhiles? Eurovision files? Whatever the word is. It's L, 1956. It's the old, I think, is it the oldest one here? One of the oldest ones here, certainly. No, 1952 is older, but 1956 was the answer. Question 5. In what year were the films Ghostbusters, The Terminator, The Karate Kid, and Beverly Hills Cop released in US cinemas? It was 1984. 1984. Well done if you got that. Hodders in the lead with 7. Let's go on to question 6. In what year did Benin, Central African Republic, Côte d'Ivoire, Gabon, and 9 other countries gain independence from France? Brian's in. Procyon's in. Samson's got it right. A few right answers and a few wrong answers there. The answer was E, 1960. 1960. Well done if you got that. On we go then to question number, the next one, which is a bonus question. 3 if you get it right, losing 3 if you get it wrong. Here it is. Question number 7. In what year did Breaking Bad first air? Again, splitting the room like Brexit here. It was F 2008. It really is as old as that. Older than I would have thought, given it credit for. But yes, F was the right answer. Question number 8. In what year did Queen Elizabeth II celebrate her Diamond Jubilee? Lots of yays on this one. Diamond Jubilee celebrating 60 years on the throne. It was 2012. 52 she was crowned. 2012 was the answer. On we go to the next bonus question. I think this is the last bonus question. It might be the second. No, I think it's the last one. 3 points for this. In what year was Martin Luther King assassinated? +3 for right, -3 for wrong. Lots of correct answers there. It was B, 1968. 1968, well done if you got that one right. On we go then. Question number 10. In what year did Dolly the sheep become the first cloned mammal? Ooh. It's really curious to see so much split going on here. The answer was G, 1996. Well played if you got that one. Innes in the lead with, I think, one more question. 2 more questions to go. In what year was the PlayStation 2 released worldwide? David's going to shoot the moon on this one, down on -13. It was C, 2000 was the correct answer. Last question of the round then, question 12. In what year did Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton marry for the first time? Anyone going to... Oh, Procyon has got the right answer. Now cut that out, and Coda have got the right answer, as has Free Ruckus. The answer was P, 1964. The Red Herrings, D, 2004, K, 1992, M, 1972, and O, 1952. And that is the end of round 1. So no bonus points going out in that, and I think that might be a personal best there from David J. Bodycomb, down on -14. I mean, which is in itself impressive, but yeah, there's a lot of negative scores going on there. Tricky opening round, but there are more positive scores than there are negative scores, which is encouraging to see, and a couple of people, David punching the air, and a couple of players splitting the difference, going for 0. Hellish from a personal perspective, but an excellent round overall from it, certainly there. You'll love the next round, says Topple One. Innes currently in the lead with 12, just a point ahead of, now cut that out, on 11, who's a point ahead of Procyon, Samson, Dogfish, Tipster, who are all on 10. Hodders and Brian have got 8. Drew, Dave, Tom, and Theria Game and Cola all on 6. Tyson Bain and Free Ruckus on 5. Coolio's on 4. Cycle Space and Clive on 2. Jay White's on 1. Lingomaniac and Apodo Nuevo breaking even on 0. ABME on -2. Kira's on -3, along with Lupine and it's Sotley. Naked Grandma -4 along with Keshi. -5 for Matt the Ref and Wheellight Shapes. -14 for David J. Bodycomb. So kudos for that, but still all to play for. It's not over till it's over. You'll be relieved to hear you can't lose any more points. It's only going up from here. Let's go on to round number 2. We've had when, it's now time for where. Round 2 is where. Point scoring in this round, it is the time freeze-out round. So the faster you answer, the more points you get. If you answer correctly in the first 5 seconds, you get 3 points. In the next 5 seconds, you get 2 points. In the last 5 seconds, you get 1 point if you answer correctly. If you abstain, again, there's no penalty, but of course you don't get any points. If you give me an incorrect answer, it freezes you out of the following question. Okay, so a wrong answer will not only give you no points, but it will freeze you out of the next question. And be aware that there are also 3 bonuses in this where the timer comes off. There are no rewards for being faster, but just a flat rate of 5 points for the whole question. But again, you can get frozen out of bonus questions just like normal. This round is also a picture round, if I've ticked the right box, which it looks like I have. So let's have a look at the options for round 2. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. It's a return of the flags. Yes, it is. Lovely, lovely flags. I think these were in the very first episode of Red Herrings. We had some flags, and it's nice to see them making a return. So we'll see what you make of them. Good luck. Have fun. Round 2 is where. Here is question number 1. Where is the town of Stamford-le-Hope? Few wrong answers in there. Well done if you got that. It is in Great Britain. That is the flag of Great Britain. And actually seeing these flags in the game, I'm starting to realise there's an extra level of evil going on in this. Here's question 2. Where is the city of Strasbourg? Few wrong answers in here. It's in France. That's I. France was the right answer. Few people frozen out of this question. If you're orange, it means you're frozen out. And it's a bonus question. Bad luck. Flat rate of 5. But if you're frozen out, you can't attempt it. No timers on this. Flat rate of 5 if you get it right. Here's question 3. Where is the city of Bergen? Let's see if I can remember what the answer is. I've got it written here, it's fine. It's J, Norway. That's Norway, the flag of Norway there, which is where Bergen is. Again, a few people frozen out, but lots of points being given out. Question 4, where is the city of Cork? No, many people getting tripped out by the red herring there. F, it's in Ireland. F was the correct answer. Well done if you got that. Innes is in the lead with 23, quite strongly. Question number 5. Yamoussoukro is the de jure capital of which country? Well done if you got this. It is the Côte d'Ivory. H, Ivory Coast was the correct answer, which looks very similar to the flag of Ireland, but is backwards. Question 6. Where is the ice cap and volcano Ayajafalakukrakul? I could say that earlier. I practiced it. Ayajafrakul. Eyjafjallajökull. That's the one. It's M. It's in Iceland. Well done if you got that. I did my best. I have a Jaffa cake. That'll do. Question 7. Where would you find Republika Srpska? Srpska. There are not enough vowels in that word. And it is in C. That's the flag of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Well done if you got that. A few people getting frozen out here. As we go on to the next bonus question. Bad luck if you're frozen out. Flat rate of 5 if you give me a correct answer to this one. Take a look. Where is the de facto capital of the European Union based? Matt's flagging on this round. Well done if you got this. It's L. It's in Belgium. The de facto capital of the EU is in Belgium, which was flag L. On we go. Question 9. Where is the island state of Tasmania? This is horrible. But in a brilliantly evil sort of way. A couple of people getting this one wrong. It's in Australia. That is the Australian flag there. Oh, not like this. They're maybe getting tripped up by another flag there. Number 10. A couple of people frozen out. Where is the temple complex of Angkor Wat? Just a couple of people frozen out. A couple of people going to be frozen out. Angkor Wat, it's over there. It's on the flag. Samson was saying, gee, that is Cambodia. On we go. The last bonus question of the round. Lupine and Lingo, you're frozen out of this. Everyone else, flat rate of 5 if you get this one right. Victoria is the capital of which island country? Lots of freeze outs there. Is that one down there? N. That is the flag of the Seychelles. Well done if you got that. Last question. You might as well have a punt of this because you can't get frozen out. Where was the Azure window prior to its collapse in 2017? Might as well have a go. No point in abstaining for this one. No freeze outs available. It's in E. Malta. That is the flag of Malta. Red herrings there. A, B, D, and K. That is something, something, Germany and New Zealand. And that is the end of round 2. Tough round, but some very well thought out red herrings with flags. It's a great one for red herrings because there's all sorts of very similar flags. Poor Mongolia. I'm normally okay with flags. I'm not the best, but Fury King got a brilliant 0 points that round. Boom, 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 boom. Serbia and Mongolia were the first two. Thank you, we like ships. Serbia, Mongolia, and Germany and The other one that I said that I've now forgotten because time has passed. Innes is in the lead with 44. Samson's in second with 38. Hodder's in third with 36. Procyon's got 33. Now cut that out on 31. Dogfish and Tipster both on 26. Cycle Space has got 25. We Like Shapes is on 20. Tyson Bain on 18. Drew, Dave, Tom and Jay White and Brian all on 17. Coolio's got 15. Lupine's got 14. Cola and It's Otley on 12. Free Ruckus is on 8. Clive's on 7 along with ABME. Theory of Game and Keshi both on 6. Kira's on 4. Potent Waver and Lingomaniac still both on 0. Matt the Ref and Naked Grandma on -1. And David J. Bodicum starting to make up that deficit. Moved all the way up to -6. Thank you for the 5-month subscription there, Theory of Game. Very kind of you. Thank you for your continued support. And yeah, thanks. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Let's go on. Let's move right along to round number 3. We've had when, we've had where, and now it is time for who. 9 questions in this round for 12 options, meaning there are 3 red herrings. And, yeah. What's the final? We're not at the final yet, not a jumble of numbers. Not the final, that's the next round. 12 options, 9 questions, 3 red herrings. This is the accumulator round. So if you get one right, you get 1 point. The next one you get right, you get 2. The next one you get right, you get 3, and so on. If you abstain, it doesn't break your accumulator, though you don't get any points. If you get it wrong, it breaks your accumulator and sends you back to 1 point. So might be worth thinking about whether or not you're going to gamble or not, because those accumulator points can be very important later on as the round progresses. Bonus 5 points if you do get all 9 questions correct on this one. No freeze out. You can't lose points on this round, but you can get a big old score if you get them all right because of the accumulator. So round 3 is who. Let's take a look at the options. A. Michael, B. Grace, C. Tony, D. Vera, E. Robert, F. Mark, G. Florence, H. George, I. Emma, J. Andrew, K. Liza, and L. Bonnie. So those are the options. A through L is what you need. Make sure you're whispering to Persephone's Twitch bot, and make sure you are keeping around the chat, because when the question is in the chat, the question is live. Good luck. Have fun. Round 3 is who? Here's question 1. The song Shake was the only solo chart single for which former Wham member? Might as well have a go at this one, because you can't get you're already on 1, so you might as well have a go. If you're going to break an accumulator, you haven't accumulated anything, so it's worth a punt. Not for everybody, though. The correct answer was J. Andrew. It was Andrew somebody. I looked it up earlier on, and I've since forgotten. On we go to question number 2. There are no bonuses in this round, I should have mentioned. Number 2, which actor is best known for playing Freddy Krueger in the 1984 film A Nightmare on Elm Street? Ridgely. Thank you, Hodders. Andrew Ridgely. So you go purple if you're on an accumulator, blue if you're not. It was E. Robert Englund, I think his name was. Well, then if you've got that, lots of accumulators on the go, let's go on to question number 3. Which American swimmer holds a record 28 Olympic medals? A couple of players preserving their accumulators there. It's A. Michael. I think it's Michael Phelps, but I didn't actually check that. I think it's Michael Phelps. But Michael was the correct answer. On we go, question number 4. Who played Ginny Weasley in the Harry Potter film series? It is Michael Phelps. Thank you, Topple One. L. Bonnie. Bonnie Wright was the correct answer there. Well done if you got that one. Top one gaming confirming my Harry Potter knowledge there. Question 5. Who was the first Labour Party leader to win 3 successive UK general elections? And it's nice to see everybody is back into a positive score. David J. Bodicum trying to stage the greatest comeback since Lazarus here. C. Tony was the correct answer. Tony Blair. On we go. Question number 6. Who starred as Michael Clayton in the film of the same name? Clive breaking an accumulator there. So Samster has snuck into the lead here, but may not stay there. H. George. It was George Clooney. George Clooney was the right answer there. On we go then. Question 7. Testament of Youth is a memoir by which female writer? And it was D. Vera. I'm assuming that's Vera Lynn, but I might be wrong. Topper One will confirm. Procyon sneaks into the lead. Question number 8. Who married Rainier III, Prince of Monaco, in 1956? Those first getting that was B. Grace. That was Grace Kelly, I believe that was. On we go, just a couple of questions left. No, just one question left. Question 9, which actress and singer played Lucille 2 in the sitcom Arrested Development? Well done if you got that. K. Liza. I think Liza Minnelli making her second appearance in Red Herrings tonight. Red Herrings were F. Mark, G. Florence and I. Emma, and that is the end of round 3. 5 bonus points go to Now Cut That Out and Procyon for getting a maximum score on that round. Very, very well played to you two. Procyon moves into the lead with 83. Now Cut That Out in second on 81. Samster on 74. Innis slips down to fourth on 59. Hodders has got 51. Tips has got 48. Coda's got 33. Cycle Space and Dogfish both on 32. David J. Bodicum on his Lazarus comeback moves up to 30 along with Drew Dave Tom and Coolio and We Like Shapes. It's Sotley on to 28 along with Tyson Bain. Free Ruckus on 23 along with Jay White. Keshi's on 21. Brian's on 20 along with Lupine. Kira's on 19. ABME's on 17. Theory of Game on 16. Clive's on 11. Lingomaniac's on 10. Naked Grammar on 9. Apodo Nuevo on 6. Matt the Ref on 3. Anyone you didn't get was Vera. Vera Britton. Thank you, Topper 1. No, I thought it was Vera Lynn, but there we go, Vera Britton. I think it might have been a film recently, that thing. It was made a film of late. That if David wins the final round, we declare him winner anyway. I don't know if we can do that exactly, but it would be a fine performance. Of course, there is a maximum of 50 available for this one, so only the top row could potentially win at this point, but you can still clamour up to that top row for as much glory as you can get. So what have we had? We've had when, we've had where, we've had who, no prizes for guessing. Round number 4, the final round is why. You got it, Brian. It's why. Why in the final round. So, if you played in the last game, you'll know. If you didn't, you won't know, so I'll explain it again anyway. This round works slightly differently. You need to whisper a string of 6 letters to the bot. Don't put any punctuation or full stops or commas or spaces or anything like that. Just submit a string of 6, for example, A, B, C, D, E, F, and that will submit an answer for you. You're looking for 6 things that fit in a category. There'll be 16 options. 10 of them are incorrect. 6 of them are correct. You need to find all 6, and if you do that, and you're the first person to do so, you will get 50 points. The second person to do so will get 45. The next person will get 40, and so on. Game continues until either 90 seconds have expired, or you have found all of or there are no points left to give out. So the 10th player to find all 6 will get 5 points. If you don't get all 6, you'll be frozen out for 5 seconds and you'll get a ping back for the bot telling you how many you got right. So you can hopefully use that to factor in to your continued thinking, and the bot will ping you back instantly. It might not show up on the screen instantly, so a lot of this might be focused on looking at chat, waiting for your name to be highlighted. It's not a picture round, it is a straight words round. And the category is why. You've got 90 seconds to find all 6 answers. Remember, no punctuation, no spaces, and whispering it to the bot. You must type 6. You can't do them one at a time. You must type all 6 at the same time, otherwise it won't be processed. Good luck. Have fun. The final round is why. Here are the options. B, K, R, M, O, N, B, N, H, G, Y, Z, N, M, G, K, P, O, I, N, C, A, P, T, H, and N, A. Given the chemical symbol and the atomic number, which I didn't read, which of the elements contains the letter Y in its English name? Couple of 4s in there already. Innes is the first to cash out there, getting 50 points. Samsa is second for 45. Lingo is third for 40. Apodo Nuevo's got 35. There's a few 5s going on here. Tyson Bain, Dogfish, Procyon, now cut that out. All found 5. Brian has got 30. 25 points available now. Procyon has got 15. Coolio's got 10. 5, and that is it. That hasn't happened before. Well done, you have cleared the wall, found all the points there. B, E, K, R, M, O, H, G, Y, and H. That is the first time we've had 10 people solve that final wall. Very, very well done to you. So those are, I know B is krypton, G is yttrium, O is hydrogen, F I think is mercury, Hg is mercury, and I can't remember, is A beryllium? I think A might be beryllium. And C, thank you, Keshi, molto bene. Yes, MO is molto bene. That's what I'm going to call it. Wow, that was a very, very fast finish. Very well done if you did manage to find all of those. And right quick as well. I don't know if I think Innes was the fastest, getting 50 points, but not enough to win the game. So a huge congratulations to all of you. Molto bene is who, not why. Sorry, Lupine, my bad. So at the end of that, let's go through the top row. Brian and Lingo on joint 50 points. Hodders has got 51. Tipster on 73. Now cut that out on 81. Procyon on 98. Innis on 109. But the winner with 119 points, just 10 points ahead. It was 8 points behind first place in the last game. Now 10 points ahead in first place. The winner of game number 2 of Red Herrings tonight is Samster Samster. Very well played, Samster. That was a fast and furious finish. Very exciting to watch. Well done indeed. So we have Procyon winning game 1, Samster's won game 2, and enormous thanks must be given to Topper One Gaming. That was their first contribution to this channel, and I think you'll agree, a bit tricky in places, but it's good to have a bit of challenge. A really, really nice question pack, really well thought out. So thank you very, very much to Topper One Gaming for your contribution and your hard work in making that pack. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed hosting it. So, that is the end of Red Herrings for tonight, but we are going to have a brand new game which has never been played before, in a similar style to this. I think you'll find it fun. It's been quite fun to make. I've deliberately been making it slowly. Normally I sort of blitz these games and do like 12-hour days on them, but this has been a slow build-up to this game. As ever, by the way, just before I go on to that, if you would like to write questions to appear on this channel, you can go and join the Discord right there. Go pop yourself into the Discord. There's a load of apps in the app section which allow you to download and write questions in the formats required for the games that we play here. There's a couple of them that need to be added on there, but most of them are there. Or just come and hang out with us. We're really good fun, and we'll be lovely and nice to you. So do come along and say hi. As ever, if you've got any suggestions or feedback or stuff, then you can pop it into the suggestions section. Thank you very much for the 5-month subscription there, Kegler Coach. Thank you for your continued support. Welcome to the continuing membership of the family. Lovely to have you, and thank you for the support. So that's Red Herrings. We will take a short break there, just while I make sure that everything is set up for next round. A reminder, the next game is on pilot mode, which means things might go wrong. There might be things that don't quite work, things I've overlooked, or things that are not particularly good for the game that we're playing. It might be that there's some things that need to be reworked. That is sort of the disclaimer for pilots. So bear that in mind. Thank you, Score Count. Bear that in mind when we're playing, that A, stuff might go wrong, B, it might not be perfectly balanced, either in terms of the questions that are there or in terms of the difficulty and the various variables and factors of the game. But hopefully we'll have a good time all the same. And it seems like a nice way to finish my streams of 2020. And I hope you enjoy it as well. But I'm going to roll the credits. I'm going to grab some more wine, which I don't need to grab because it's like right here. And I'll get the next one set up, and I will see you there for a brand new game very, very shortly. But congratulations to Samster on winning Red Herrings. I'll see you after the break. Did anyone get any sound then? Because I didn't get sound at my end. And I'm pretty sure there should have been. Right, okay. Yet. What am I missing here? Why is there no sound? Alright, let me try and press the play button again and see if I was just... something weird happened. Let's find out. Nope, there should definitely be sound at this point. And yeah, the chat's working, so it's nothing to do with the bot. Is it muted? It is not muted. Give me a second. This was working perfectly fine early on, and if you're not getting sound and I'm not getting sound, then something's amiss there. Let me... Not something to do with being out of test mode, is it? Because this is the first time I've taken it out of test mode. What am I looking for? Game control. The deafening sound of silence. Go to my audio manager. Where's opening titles? Opening titles, there we go. Control.aud.play once. Yeah, that should be fine. I'm just going to very quickly try just closing and reopening. I don't know if it's something to do with when I open this after I'd open voice meter or something, that maybe something is amiss in that respect. I know. I get DMCA for 433, you're right, opponent over. I must be careful. You're on in OBS. I'm on in OBS as well. We got voice meter input. I mean, Red Herrings working fine, so I'm confused as to what the problem could possibly be. Let me go. Okay, we're reloaded. Let's just go sound effects. Tell me, do you hear this? Do you hear that? Yes, I'm hearing the ping. I'm hearing that now. Okay, let's try this again and see if we get sound. Please? There we go. We've got sound. I've got sound that time. I guess I just need to restart with Unity. I almost said do Whoppity. Right, questions. December 26th. Test mode is off. Let's do this! That's because I muted the microphone, because I'm a wally like that. Sorry. Thank you to Kira for the 3-month Prime subscription. Very, very grateful to you. And this is Risky Business, and as you can tell from the music, it is quite tongue-in-cheek, and it's a little bit sort of fun and quirky, a bit like Red Herrings. So hopefully you'll like it. I'll explain what's going to happen as we go. There's overlays for all the rules on the screen. The long and short of it is you need the letters A through I, and I think that's it. Oh, and maybe an R. It's a letter-based game, but you will need to whisper to the bot. It is all done in whispers to the bot, but it is not an elimination game. It's not a hot seat game, so everyone can play for the duration. So, let's. Shall we open the lobby? If you want to come play, Risky Business. Argument out of range exception. Fine. I knew it was going to do that first time. Let's do that again. Let's listen to the awesome soundtrack again. I can see it's working now because the chat's coming up on the chat window. That should have been assigned to me when you were chatting and it wasn't populating on the chat window. Shouldn't it? Risky Business is filmed in front of a live studio audience. I can't back that up, but let's open the lobby this time. And there I am, and there is your chap. Welcome to Risky Business, GHXD, if you want to come and play. You'll populate on there for now. I know it's a little bit tricky to see your names, but there's a reason that you go there and then you go into the player lozenge on the right-hand side. There's a very good reason for that. It's because it's complicated to generate the things, and if people leave, it's much easier to do it here than it is on the things that are going to appear on the right in a minute. So this is risky business. Come and join the lobby. Come and have a game of risky business. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28 people in so far, which is very good. Any words that rhyme with lozenge? Flange. Does flange rhyme with lozenge? Orange. Orange rhymes with lozenge. Stonehenge. That works. Come and join the game. Cheeky piano solo. And we're going to play 2 games of this night. Sorry, I'll stop dancing to the music and actually host. Just let the music do the hosting. Door hinged. Rhymes with lozenge, sort of. So this is the 8th game, the 8th Twitch Interactive from Persephone's Chair. Do come and join. Please do come and join. Even if you're scared of how it might work, it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. Ooh, guitar. I don't think I've ever heard the loop go around this. I must have heard it when I first put it in, but I'm enjoying it a lot. Hello, David Bodicum. Welcome to the game. David Bodicum is one of only a handful of people who actually know the rules of this game. David and Score. I think maybe Ash and Ape do as well. Where is Ash? Is Ash here? No, I think I've seen him about. I'm assuming he's doing busy work. Well, maybe we can go and have a game on game 2. So this is a sort of a combat, again, as many of my games are, there's sort of an amalgam of lots of other different concepts. I don't think there's really anything original here, but hopefully it's fun, and putting my own slant on it will be entertaining. We'll see. And again, like I say, pilot mode, things might go wrong, things likely will go wrong, and the balance might not be quite right, but you've since completely forgotten them. Okay, David, that's fine. Nice to know I'm having a lasting impact. Oh, also, I'm over on the left-hand side, which feels weird. I'm not used to being on the left, I'm used to being on the right. 6, 7, 8, 16, 24, 31. Only remember the bit with the electrocution. Oh yeah, the electrocution bit. We should probably talk about that. Someone's going to get killed. Right, I'm going to lock it up in a 5, a 4, a 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's the end of the loop anyway, so that works. Right, let's lock it up. So, we've got a scroll rect here, which is very exciting, which is the reason that I can't populate you before I populate you. You've just been populated in the order that you've appeared in the lobby for now. I will see to this scroll rect throughout the game, from time to time. All of you all are in the game. Welcome. You will see you've got 2 sets of points. You've got the points and you've got the bank, which is simpler than it sounds, actually. The concept is remarkably straightforward. And I'll explain them all as we go, and you only need to have letters whispered to the bot. When we get to round 3, you'll need to have letters and quick reflexes, but we'll get to that in a bit. For now, let's go to round number 1. Ping. Round 1 is called Favourable Odds. Favourable Odds. You will be presented with a question and 5 options. More than one of the options may be a correct answer. You need only submit 1 letter for each question within 15 seconds. The number of correct answers reduces with each question, whilst the amount of points you score increases by 1. So it starts at 1 point. So you've got 4. Oh yes, Tipster, you were in that chat, weren't you? So you've got 4 correct. Of the first question, you've got 4 correct answers worth 1 point, and so on. You only need to type 1. That's very important. Don't try and type them all. You just need 1 correct answer. Don't accidentally type the incorrect answer. That's the thing that might catch people out. So 1 correct answer. Cheers, Matt. Take it easy. That was a very late night, Tipster. I was really drunk that night as well. I think we arranged to do the thing. We're doing a thing in January, aren't we, Tipster? That we arranged to do then. I need to check the date of that. Anyway, you only need to submit 1 answer. That is the key thing. Don't try to attempt more than 1, and don't accidentally type in the wrong answer. So as the number of correct answers that are available goes down, the number of points goes up. Answering a question incorrectly at any time will reduce your score to 0. For the first 4 questions, however, abstaining will not affect your score. So if you get one wrong, you're right back down to 0. So you can get 1 for the first one, and then 2 for the next one, then 3 for the next one, be up to 6 points, and get question 4 wrong, and you're right back down to 0. So bear that in mind. To play question 5, however, you must choose to risk your points when prompted. Hence the risky thing. It's a sort of wipeout thing. Yeah, you're right, Lupine. So you must choose to risk your points when prompted. If you don't want to play, do nothing and your score will be banked. Question 5 has got 5 options and only 1 correct answer, the same as question number 4 in that respect. If you pick the right one, your score is doubled on question 5, otherwise you lose everything. Worth adding, if you go into question 5 and you have no points, you can't choose to risk. You won't be able to risk. As Coolio was just asked that question, I've just answered it. Yeah, so if you've got no points before question 5, and you try and risk, it won't do anything and you just won't be able to enter it. So you've got to have at least a point. There are a total of 3 sets of 5 questions in round 1, with a maximum of 60 points available. But you still want to wipe out Umbrella courtesy of Ash Sebash. I can't back that up. You'd have to talk to Ash about that. So basically, don't get question 4 wrong is the key. You can abstain up to question 4. On question 5, if you abstain, it treats it the same as getting it wrong. So if you choose to risk, you must submit an answer. Okay, fairly straightforward. I'm sure you'll pick it up as we go along. Oh, we've got emojis in this. Good. So this first question, there will be 4 correct answers and 1 incorrect answer. You only need to give me 1 of the right answers. Good luck. Let's see what happens. It's favourable odds. Here is question number 1. Options are South African Open, Wimbledon, US Open, French Open, Australian Open. Name a Grand Slam tennis tournament. Clive has found the wrong answer. Well done. A few more people waiting to answer. That looks like just not a jumble of numbers. I think a Matt who is AFK. So the South African Open was the wrong answer. Well done if you managed to find that. If you were just testing it. I have no idea why your fingers did that. Yeah, so there's no South African Open, or if there is, it's certainly not a Grand Slam. Wimbledon, US Open, French Open, Australian Open. Any of those were good for a point. Lots of green there. Nicely done, just Clive and Matt down at the bottom there. Let's go on to question number 2. Let's reset first of all and have some fun sound effects. So for this one, you get 2 points if you get it right, but only 3 of them are right answers. There are 2 wrong answers up here. Have a look at question number 2. Options are divide, square root, plus, multiply, subtract. Name an Ed Sheeran album. Remember, you can abstain if you don't know, or you can have a guess. Oh, that sounds like a wrong answer. Podo's yet to answer. Kira's got it wrong. A couple more people waiting to answer there. Not much change to the scores there. Wrong answers were square root and subtract, divide, plus, and multiply were the options you could have had. And unfortunately, Kira, you've gone right back down to 0 with that wrong answer. But don't worry, you can still get more points. Question number 3 is going to be worth 3 points. Have a look at the options for this. Only 2 of these are right answers. Take a look. Black, purple, white, brown, orange. Name a colour on a standard Rubik's Cube. Now cut that out. It has been sent back to 0 there. Lots of pings coming in. A couple of people looking like they might be abstaining here. Or perhaps not. Cycle Space we're waiting on an answer from. Cycle Space choosing to abstain on that one, not going to take the risk. Now cut that out, getting it wrong, going back down to 0. Black, purple and brown were all incorrect. White or orange would have been good for 3 points. Lots and lots of 6 points on the board here. Lots and lots and lots and lots of 6s. Clive's on 5, Cycle Space, Kira both on 3. Matt, now cut that out down on 0. We are going to have another game of this later on, by the way, which I think the second question pack is probably slightly more difficult. So, yeah, bring back Beat the Bee. Beat the Bee when. Let's reset that question. So this is the last one where abstaining has no penalty. There's only 1 correct answer to this, though. Have a look at the options. Philip, Margaret, Harry, Edward, Kate. Question is, name a child of Queen Elizabeth II. A couple of right answers in. There's a couple of wrong answers in. Oh, people getting wiped out here. Oh, there might be a few abstentions. Looks like we're going to have a few more abstentions here. And that is time. Philip, Margaret, Harry, Kate, all incorrect. The answer that you needed there was Edward. Wow, and not many. In fact, only 10 players getting a correct answer there. And not all of them going up to 10. 9 players on 10 points. Cycle Space on 7 there. So Philip is her husband, Margaret was her sister, Harry is her grandson, and Kate is her granddaughter-in-law. Edward is the answer. So if you abstained, you've gone orange. If you got it right, you've gone green. If you got it wrong, you've gone red. So if you're on 0 points, you will not be able to take the option to risk. But the next question that you'll be asked will be bank or risk. If you want to bank, leave it blank and you will automatically bank those points and they will be safe and not be able to be touched again. If you want to risk on this next question, remember there's only one answer, and abstaining will be treated as a wrong answer. And if you get it wrong, you will be sent back to 0. Get it right and your points are doubled. So decide what you want to do. Those are the points as they stand. I'll go down to the next space so you can have a look at what your points are. Most people on either 6 or 10 by the looks of it. Let's come down just to the bottom rung there. And remember, if you're on 0, then you won't be able to gamble. But if you want to bank, leave it blank. If you want to risk, it's R or risk to the bot. You've got 15 seconds to make up your minds. Let's reset that. Bank or risk. If you want to bank, leave it blank. You'll go red if you've chosen to risk. A lot of these 10-pointers choosing to risk. Some people are playing it safe, going to cash out their points while they can. Okay, we have got exactly 10 players choosing to bank here. A few 10s and a few 6s. If you've gone blue, you'll see you've banked. Your points have gone down to 0, but they've gone into the bank. Not everybody has got points on the board yet, but there are still more opportunities coming up. So 10 players risking on this question. Remember, if you abstain, David's banking at 0. If you abstain, it's treated like a wrong answer. So even if you don't know, you might as well have a guess. Otherwise, you know you're definitely going to be wrong. Good luck. Have a look at question 5. Options are Matt Damon, Jeff Bridges, Jonah Hill, Robert Downey Jr., Morgan Freeman. Question is, name a person who has won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Keshi going back to 0. Innes and Not a Jumble doubling up. It's Sotley's back to 0. Tipster, Procyon, Samsa. Gotta get an answer in. Samson not getting an answer in, which means that you are going to be wiped out. Oh, a cat has brought some body parts for me from some rodent. Lovely. Oh, that'll be something for me to do later on. Samster running out of time there, and it's Sotley and Keshi giving me a wrong answer. Matt Damon, Jeff Bridges, Jonah Hill, Robert Downey Jr. all incorrect. The correct answer was Morgan Freeman. Well done. If you were in there and you have got it right, you have doubled your points. So those points will now be banked. Let's take a look at the scores at the half, well, after the first set of 5 questions. Quite a few players on 20 here. Procyon, Hodders, Topper 1, Tipster and Innes are all on 20. Lupine, Not a Jumble both on 12. Cola Dogfish on 10. Cycle Space on 7. We've then got a lot of players on 6. Brian ABME, Tyson, Drew Dave Tom, Kegler Coach, Apodo Nuevo, Arden Fett, Lingomaniac, Theory of Game, Jay White, Coolio, Neki Grandma all on 6. And then a handful of players at the bottom yet to score. Unable to bank anything on that first set of questions. But don't worry, we've got 2 more sets in this round. So it starts all over again. 1 point for this first with 4 options available. Have a look at question number 1. Options are Mark, John, Luke, Trevor, Matthew. Question is, name a gospel writer. If I hear a boing on this, I will be very surprised. Is that everybody? No, not everybody. Neki Grandma, Matt the Ref? I think Matt's AFK. Neki Grandma just getting an answer in time. Matt the Ref, I think, is AFK. Trevor was the only wrong answer there. Everybody, I think, who was in the game getting a point there. Mark, John, Luke, or Matthew. On we go. Question number 2. There are 3 correct answers and 2 wrong answers here. The Gospel according to Trevor. I would read that Bible. I'd read that Gospel. On we go. Question 2. Options are Villette, Wuthering Heights, Jane Eyre, Mansfield Park, The Professor. Name a novel by Charlotte Bronte. Ooh. Ooh, we're getting a few wipeouts going on here. I can't use that word, but there are there's a lot of red going on there. Lots of boings. Wuthering Heights and Mansfield Park were incorrect answers. Wuthering Heights was written by, I believe, Emily Bronte, and Mansfield Park was written by the other one. Who wrote Pride and Prejudice, babe? Jane Austen, that's the one. Thank you, Kira confirmed as well, Jane Austen. Yes, a lot of damage being done there. Villette, Jane Eyre and the Professor were the right answers. Not a huge number of players getting it right, but a few abstentions there, preserving those 1 point, and a lot of red down there at the bottom, players getting it wrong and taking their scores back to 0. Never mind, on we go to question number 3. Options are Eclair, Double Decker, Picnic, Freddo, Toblerone. Name a chocolate currently found in a box of Cadbury's Heroes in the UK. 2 of these are right, 3 of them are wrong. 3 points if you can find a right one. A lot of boinging about there. Eclair or Double Decker? So Toblerone was discontinued, I think, in 2015 or 13. Freddo and Picnic, you get both of those in the Australian version, but neither found in the UK. We got 2 tubs for Christmas, Lupine won, which is why that is perhaps fresh in my mind. Lots of players with 6 points here. Procyon, Tipster, Innes, Lupine, Dogfish, now cut that out, Kira and It's Ollie all on 6. A few other players attempting that one. Cycle Space abstaining, but still remaining on 3. Let's have a look down at the bottom. Players who got that one wrong. Not a jumble. Tyson, Drew, Dave, Tom, Apodo Nova, Jay White, Coolio, Keshi, and David. You've gone back to 0 for this round, but there is one more question before you need to choose to risk or bank. Let's go there now. Only 1 correct answer to this one and 4 incorrect. Take a look at the options. Joe, Violet, Wart, Augustine, Mickey. Name a child who wins a golden ticket to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Not much change, certainly at the top there. A little bit of a change down at the bottom. No wrong answers, but Brian and ABME abstaining from that question. Everyone else getting themselves 4 points to add to their totals. So we've got a 0, 1 and 3. So it looks like everybody who is still with us has got an opportunity to risk or bank. So the right answer there was Violet, incidentally. It was Grandpa Joe. There was Veruca rather than Wart. Oh, thank you for the follow, Alonzi. Welcome to the stream, mate. Thank you for the follow. Augustine was actually Augustus and Mickey was Mike. So those are the points that you're on at the moment. Take a little look at those. I'll scroll up reasonably slowly. That is what you're going to be wagering if you choose to risk them on the last question. Remember, if you want to bank them now, leave it blank. And remember, you can't abstain on question 5. You must attempt an answer. If you abstain, it's treated as getting it wrong. So if you want to play it safe and bank those points, leave it blank when the next question comes up. Otherwise, press R or type risk to risk your points. Double if you get it right, back to 0 if you get it wrong. So, for all the points in the current round, bank or risk? If you want to bank, leave it blank. If you want to risk, R or risk? Few players coming in here. So I may have a few players putting some points into the bank. Okay. Procyon, Tipster, Innes, Dogfish, now cut that out. It's Sotley, Hodders, Topper 1, Kegler Coach, Ardenfetz, Necker, Grandma, Clive, Samster, Tyson, Drew, Tom, Coolio, Keshi, David, and Brian are all risking their points. Lupine, Cola, Not a Jumble, Cycle Space, Lingo, Theory, Game of Podo, Kira, JY, ABME, and Free Ruckus have all decided to bank those points. Those are safe going into the next round. Lupine leading the currently banked players on 22, but double points or back to 0 for the players left in. Good luck. Remember, you can't abstain, so you might as well have a go even if you don't know. Question 5. Only 1 correct answer. Options are Travelling Spider, Lonely Spider, Sad Spider, Recluse Spider, Gap Year Spider. Name a type of spider. Hodders is back to 0. Oh, Topper and Kegler and it's Sotley are back to 0, as is Dogfish. Kudos doubled up, everyone else has doubled up. Very well played. It's a recluse spider. I was thinking of putting in, there's something else, Wandering Spider I was going to put in, because that also fitted with the theme, but that is actually a spider. Travelling spider, lonely spider, sad spider, and gap year spider are all things that I made up, but recluse spider is an actual thing. Travelling spider is not a technical name. The one you're thinking of is a wandering spider, if that is the little trap that you fell into. Or the gap year spider. So well done. If you've doubled up your points, we'll put those points into the bank. If you got put back to 0, bad luck. Let's have a look at what the current scores are at the end of that second set. Procyon and Tipster and Innis are all on a maximum so far, 40 points each. And then there's a bit of a gap down to Lupine on 22, Hodder's on 20 along with Topper 1 and now cut that out. And Ardefets and Nick and Grandma. Cola's got 17, Nod Jumble 16, Clive on 14 along with Tyson and Samster, Andrew Day Tom and Cycle Space and Coolio. Lingo on 13, Brian's on 12, Theory of Game on 11, Apodo and Useless Noisemaker and Dogfish, and Jay White on 10, Keshi's on 8 along with David, ABME and Free Ruckus on 7, Kegler's on 6. And it's Sotley, sadly, yet to put any points into the bank. But we've got one more set of 5 questions in this first round. And we're back to the start. No points on the board. All those points are in the bank if you had them. First question has got 4 answers, and it's worth 1 point. Here are the options. Pete Capaldi, Christopher Eccleston, James McAvoy, David Tennant, Matt Smith. Name an actor who has played the Doctor. Expecting a lot of pings here. You might as well have a go on this one. Brian has prompted for the 1 incorrect answer on this. Everybody else is in. Oh, it's no E in the middle of Eccleston. Good catch, Procyon. That's my bad for not checking that. Yes, James McAvoy was the incorrect answer there. All the others were correct. Peter Capaldi playing the 12th Doctor, Christopher Eccleston the 9th, David Tennant the 10th, and Matt Smith the 11th. Nothing much to report there. Brian is back down on 0, but there was nothing to lose on that one anyway. So let's go on to the next one, and we'll take away one of the correct answers. 3 correct answers here. 2 of them are wrong. Have a look at this. Large, venti, tall, grande, petit. Name a Starbucks coffee size. The wrong answer has crept in. Drew Dave Tom's gone back to 0. And I think that's everybody. Just Drew Dave Tom finding a wrong answer there, popping himself back to 0. Everyone else given a right answer. Large and petit would have put you back to 0. Venti, tall, and grande were the correct answers. And not super colossal grande venti. No. I don't go to Starbucks, actually. I don't buy coffee when I'm out and about very often anymore. If I do, it's normally from an independent coffee shop if I can, or if I have to go to a chain, it'll be Costa. Those are the answers. Not much changing in the scores. Let's go on to the next one. Only 2 correct answers to this one, 3 incorrect answers. Remember, abstaining does not affect your score, so feel free to sit this one out. Take a look at the options for question 3. Sweep, Sasha, Sue, Cedric, Sarah. Name a friend of Sooty's. Lots of people clearly able to preempt what the question is going to be, which is half the fun of this game, I suppose. Necker Grandma going to sit this one out. There's a few people sitting this one out. No shame in that. Sweep or Sue? Yes, Sooty and friends. Sooty, Sweep and Sue. Is it Sue? SWO? Is it really? Again, something I'm not bothered to check. To be fair, this was the basis of my test pack. I did go back and actually make some changes afterwards, but Sue, spelled the same way, and Sweep, I think, is definitely spelled correct. But yes, well done if you got that one. Quite a few people on 6, the maximum for the round so far. Naked Grandma, Not a Jumble, preserving points there. No one getting that one wrong, so we've either got abstentions or correct. Very well played. On we go. Question number 4. This is the last one that you don't have to risk anything. After that, you have to make a decision. 1 correct answer, 4 points if you get it right. Take a look at the options. Bauble, 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 bauble. Name a Christmas decoration. I think we've got everyone answering. Yes. Theory game, Free Ruckus, Kegler Coach. I'll get an answer in. Kegler Coach going to sit this one out. Looks like it. Yes, it was, of course, bauble, as you knew. I was trying to think of all different ways. You're coming up with some interesting different spellings, which I probably should have thought of. Lots and lots of players on 10 here. An awful lot of players, right down to it, Sotley, and then a few 7s In fact, everyone else on 7 apart from Brian, who's on 6. So either 10, 7, or 6 is what you're on going into this next question. So, again, risk or bank is going to be the question. You can't abstain on question 5, but if you risk, then and you get it wrong or you abstain, you lose all your points. If you get it right, you double up. If you bank, you can't play this question, but all your points go into the bank and are safe. So, decision time, R or risk. If you want to play, leave it blank. If you want to bank, bank or risk. Got some people erring on the side of caution here. Going to take their points and run. Thank you very much. We've got Procyon, Tipster, Innes, Lupine, Hodders, Now Cut That Out, Clive, Samster, Keshi, David, Itsotley, ABME, Free Ruckus and Kegler Coach, all gambling their points or risking their points here. Everyone else, if you're in blue, congratulations, your points have been banked. Top 1 and Arden Fets are at the top of the banking tree at the moment with 30 points in the bank. And everyone has now got points in the bank, which is lovely to see, apart from Itsotley, who is hoping to get some points in the bank on this question. Good luck to you all. Question 5, remember you can't abstain, so even if you don't know, you've got to have a guess, or it's automatically wrong. Question 5, options are V, M, B, K, J. You need to start the top letter. Name a UK Scrabble tile worth 4 points. There's a wrong answer, a couple of right ones. Another wrong one. Oh, it's Sotley's got it wrong. It's Sotley, mate. Oh, Tipster, Clive, it's Sotley, ABME, Free Ruckus. All those points are going bye-bye, I'm afraid. It was V. A, V is worth 4. M is worth 3. B is worth 3. K is worth 5. And J is worth 8. Bad luck. But if you've banked those points and doubled up, very well done. We'll put some more points in your bank. And that is the end of round 1. So, Procyon and Innes are leading the pack at the moment with 60 points in their bank, respective banks. Lupine's got 42, Hodders and Now Cut That Out and Tipster all on 40. Samson's got 34, Topper, Ardenfets both on 30, Keshi and David on 28, Coda's on 27 along with Necker Grandma, Tyson Coolio on 24, Not a Jumble's on 23, Drew Dave Tom and Cycle Space on 21, Apodo, Kira, Dogfish, Lingo all on 20, Brian and Theory Game on 18, Jay White's on 17, Clive is on 14, Kegler's on 12, ABME, Free Ruckus both on 7, Matt and Itsotley yet to score, I'm afraid, but plenty more points to come in the next 2 rounds. So, let's go to round 2 and see what it's all about. Nice segue from Scrabble into round 2, which is the board game. You will be presented with a question and 9 options. Anything from 4 to 7 of the options may be a correct answer. Submit as many options as you like within 60 seconds. This one is basically Wipeout, as you'll see in a minute. Syntax is unimportant. You may choose to separate your answer letters with commas, spaces, full stops, or not at all if you prefer. You may submit your answer either as a single message. Dylan, would you mind closing the door, please, my dear? Just because the bath is quite noisy. I'd be very grateful. No? Okay. I'll do it. I guess I'll do it. I'll come and close the door. That's fine. I'll close the door. To be fair, he probably couldn't hear me over the running water. Bless him. So yeah, syntax is unimportant. You may submit either as a single message or one at a time. You'll go blue when it gets your first answer, and then you'll just get a ping on subsequent answers thereafter. For each correct answer submitted, you will receive 5 points. Submitting an incorrect answer at any time, or failing to submit any answers for the board, will reduce your score to 0. Your scores will not be banked until the conclusion of the final board. So bear that in mind. You've got to get through 3 boards, getting at least 1 right answer to each of them before those points are put into your bank. There are a total of 3 boards in round 2 with a maximum score of 60 to 105 points, depending on how many correct answers there are. The catch in this is that it won't tell you how many of them are correct, but there will be 9 for all of them, 9 total options, but it won't tell you which are right and which are wrong, or how many there are. And yes, it is very Wipeout this round, but I'll hopefully put my own little spin on it. So, round 2 is the board game. You've got 60 seconds, and again, submit them one at a time, or all as one if you like. But you've got 60 seconds in which to do it. If you don't submit any, all your points get reduced back to 0. So, good luck. Have a look at the first board. Options are The Yips, Laundry Day, Band or DJ, The Possimpable, Cupcake, Oh Sweetie, The Slapping Throne, Ducky Tie, The End of the Aisle. Identify the genuine episodes of the TV show How I Met Your Mother. And this is supposed to get some answers in. So you'll go blue when you've got at least one in. And then you can submit more afterwards if you like. I'm not telling you how many are right and how many are wrong. And remember, if you get any of them wrong, you go back to 0. But if you don't, 5 points for everyone you do get right. There's an answer from Psychospace Tyson. Need an answer from you. There we go. So everyone's got at least one answer in. You've still got a few more seconds to submit some more. As this is the first board, it's up to you if you want to take a gamble. Try and get some more. Down to the last few seconds then, probably about 5 seconds. There's the ticking clock. Let's have a look then. So there were 6 correct answers there. The Yips, Band or DJ, the Possimpa Bull, Cupcake, Ducky Tie, and the End of the Aisle. Laundry Day is something I made up. The Slapping Throne, there is a running gag of a slap bet going on in How I Met Your Mother, but no episode is called The Slapping Throne. Oh Sweetie is a wrong answer. There was an episode called Oh Honey, which is where that came from. So, Procyon finding all 6 there. I think the only player to do so, or certainly the only player to do so without finding any incorrect answers. Tipster's got 20, now cut that out. Topper 1, 15. Lupine's managed to find 2 of them. Drew Dave Tom, 2 of them. And then Innis Sapster, David Bodycon, Cola, Apodo Nuevo, Dogfish, and Kegler all finding 1. Everybody else, if you've gone red, that means you either didn't submit or you got at least 1 wrong. No points to you, I'm afraid. That's the end of the first board. Let's reset it. And remember, those points aren't banked until the end of board number 3, so tread carefully. Let's go on to board number 2. Options are Argentina, Croatia, Portugal, Hungary, Spain, Uruguay, England, Italy, the Netherlands. Identify teams who have won the Men's FIFA World Cup. So we're waiting on a few players to get at least one answer in. They may be having a think and going to submit all in one go. So there's no preference from me either way. Not a jumbo, a Podo, and Procyon. Waiting for answers from you. There's Procyon in. Okay, so everyone who's live has submitted at least one answer. We'll find out who's right and who's wrong. There's a few more answers still to come. You've got about 10 seconds to go. There's a 5-second ticker. So, Argentina, Spain, Uruguay, England, Italy. Just 5 answers up there. Croatia, Portugal, Hungary, and the Netherlands have never won the World Cup, but the other teams have. Tipster taking the lead there with 45 points, though, of course, Procyon has got more points in their bank. Lots of green there. Nice to see lots of green, but a couple of reds there. At least one wrong answer or abstention. Samster, Ardenfetz, Keshi Head, David, Necogramma, Tyson Bain, Coolio, J White, Clyde, Keglercoach, ABME. You've all gone back to 0. One more board to make the best of. How many points can you get? Let's go there now. Board number 3. Options are Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Hawkeye, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Star-Lord, Captain America, Black Widow. Identify the superheroes who appeared in Marvel's Avengers Assemble. This is a 2012 film, I want to say. The first Avengers film from the MCU. Okay, come up to the halfway mark. Brian, Free Ruckus, Apodo, Necogramma. There's Necogramma in. Apodo, Free Ruckus, and Brian. Still waiting for an answer from you. Again, maybe there's Brian in. Free Ruckus and Apodo. Wait and see if you're going to submit something. Got to submit at least one. First Avengers film, yes. Theory of Game is saying. Abstention does wipe you out, so you've got to get something in. Last couple of seconds. Ooh. Oh, Poda Nuevo just in the nick of time there, getting a correct answer. And let's start from the bottom this time. Innes, Keshi, David, Brian, J. White, Clive, Kegler, ABME, Matt the ref, either abstaining or giving me at least one wrong answer. There are only 4 answers up on that board there. Hawkeye, Iron Man, Black Widow, and Captain America. Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, Black Panther, and Star-Lord don't appear till later on. Ant-Man in Ant-Man, Spider-Man in Spider-Man, Black Panther in Black Panther, Doctor Strange in Doctor Strange, and Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy. Samster's up to 15. He's going to bank 15 for this round. Coolio's going to bank 20, as is Tyson and Necker Grandma and Ardenfetz. Apodo, Cyclespace, Not a Jumble. Hodders, you're going to bank 25. Free Ruckus, Lingo, Kira, you're going to bank 30. Theory of Game, you're going to bank 40. It's Sotley, Dogfish, Coley, you're going to bank 45. Drew Dave Tom, and Lupine, you're going to bank 55. Topper, now cut that out. Procyon, you're going to bank 60. Tipster, you're going to bank 65. Very well played. That is the end of board 3, and that is the end of round 2. We put those points into the bank and have a look at what the scores are. Innes is red because I don't know why Innes is red, actually. Innes should have gone orange there. Maybe it's not updating on the reset. I need to change that. You should all go orange as we prep for the next round, I think. Procyon still in the lead, but that gap slightly narrowed now. Procyon on 120, Tips on 105 now. Cut that out on 100. Lupine 97, Topper 90, Drew Dave Tom 76, Coda 72, Hodders 65, Dogfish 65, Innes 60, Theory Game 58, Useless Noisemaker, Arden Fett, Lingo all on 50, Sapster on 49, Not a Jumble 48, Necker Grandma 47, Cycle Space 46, Apodo Nuevo, It's Otley 45, Tyson Bane Coolio 44, Free Ruckus 37, Kashi and David 28, Brian 18, J White 17, Clive 14, Kegler Coach 12, ABME 7. So everyone who's here has at least got points in the bank. It was just The Avengers or Marvel's The Avengers or Avengers. It had different names depending where it was, which is why I clarified it was the 2012-2013 film. Marvel's The Avengers because I didn't want to confuse it with that one with Sean Connery from the late 90s, I think. Right, those are the scores, but all of that could still change as we go into round 3. Round 3 is This or That. You'll be presented with a question and 2 options. One is correct and one is incorrect. Submit A or B within 7 seconds. So this one, I implore you to look at the chat and be ready to type. Again, options will come up first and then question. You've got 7 seconds. Answering a question correctly will give you increasingly more points. So, for example, the first question gives you 1 point, the second will give you 2, the third will give you 3, and so on. Answering a question incorrectly at any time will reduce your score to 0 and reset your correct answer streak. So if you get it wrong, if you've got 10 right in a row and then you get one wrong, you're right back to 0 and the next question is worth 1. There's the key, and this is why you've got to keep an eye on the chat and you've got to be quick. Abstaining from a question will bank your points, so leave it blank to bank your points, but it will also freeze you out of the remainder of the round. There are a maximum of 15 questions in round 3. The game will end if everyone banks, with a maximum of 120 points available, so you could theoretically still tie with Procyon even if you're on nothing at the moment. Much to play for, but no reward for cowardice, as Lupine is saying, but it does go quick. You know it's only going to be A or B, and the options will come up first. So make sure you get your answers in and fast, because even if you're just half a second late, it will bank you even if you knew the answers. So lots of things to think about here on the Risky Business finale. It's A or B, this or that. Get your answers to the bot and quickly. Keep your eye on the chat. I can't say that enough times. Keep your eye on the chat, and it's A or B to the bot. Good luck. Round 3 is this or that. Here's question 1. A. Redson. B. Grayson. What is the surname of Batman's partner? So much ping. And a wrong answer? Did anyone bank? Lingo is the first player to bank, banking nothing there. Not a jumble of numbers actually given the wrong answer, but you are not banked yet. Not a jumble of numbers. It just means the next question is worth 1. For everyone else who gave a right answer, it's going to be worth 2. Too late. You've got to be faster than that. On we go. Question number 2. If I reset first. And now question number 2. Harry. Marv. In Home Alone, who is played by Daniel Stern? There's a few wrong answers creeping in there, but players desperate to stay in with not as many points on the board. Drew Day, Tom, Useless Noisemaker, Samster, and Jay White, you are banking your points out there, and you will go blue. Lots of wrong answers going back to 0, but it is still very early in the game. Lots of people getting a right answer, going up to 3 points. Let's go on to the next question. Fingers on buzzers, keep your eyes on the chat. Here's question 3. Options are 5 cents, 10 cents. How much is a dime worth? Lots of green. I heard one wrong. It's Sotley going for the wrong answer, but is still in play. Nobody abstaining, so no fresh banks on that question. People looking like they're going to acquire more points before they get there. Tipster now cut that out. Lupine, Hodders, Theory of Game, Ardenfett, Naked Grandma, Cycle Space, Podo Nuevo, Tyson Bane, Coolio, Keshi, Brian. Oh goodness me, lots of people still on 6. Kegler and ABME, you're all still on 6. So leading the current round, but leading in banked points. Still Procyon with 120, but only 1 point in the current round. So it's a bit spread out at this point. So this is now in order of your banked score, is what you're in now. So bit of a tussle up to the top. All of that could change. On we go. Question number, the next one. A, The Purge. B, The Escape Artist. Which game was developed first? I'm a little bit sad to hear that many boings and pings in that round. A couple of abstentions. Hodders and Naked Grandma abstaining, banking out their 6 points, wanting to cut their losses while they're ahead. Now cut that out. Top of 1, Dogfish, Innis, It's Otley, Free Ruckus, Brian, Kegler Coach, all incorrect. Joined the community too late to know this. Yeah, possibly. They were sort of September. The answer was The Escape Artist. The Escape Artist was first, incidentally. It was white and green. The Purge was later. So, a few more players joining the banked ranks there. Hodders and Naked Grandma banking out with 6 points. Let's put them there now. So, when are we going to bank? This is where it's going to start getting very interesting. We've got a few bank players. Drew Dave Tom's banked out on 77 at the moment. Hodders on 71. And if you blew, you banked. Let's go on to the next question. Take a look at this. Options are Prince Philip, Elizabeth II. Who is younger? A lot of change there. Now only 4 players with a perfect streak. Tipster, Tyson Bane, Coolio and Keshi Head all on 15. Apodo Nuevo quitting while he's ahead, banking out his 10 points there. Anyone else banking? No one else banking. Quite a lot of red there, so going back to 0, but still got 11 questions left to answer. Let's go to the next question. Procyon still with 120 in the bank at the moment. Thank you, darling. Here's question number 5. Take a look at this. Options are Fire, Electric. What type of Pokemon is Cyndaquil? A few more players banking here. Cola and David J. Bodicum putting their points into the bank. Are going to join the ranks of the blue players. Cycle Space going back to 0. Now cut that out, going back to 0 as well. You've got 100 in the bank, so still a lot to attain over the next 10 questions. And you are still alive, but you are back on 0. Quite a few ones here. It's Otley, Innis, top of 1 on 3. Procyon on 10. And still got 4 players on a maximum of 21. Answer was Fire, as opposed to Electric. Let's go on to the next question. Question number 7. For what it's worth, if both Tipster and Procyon were to bank at this point, Procyon would be ahead, but only by 4 points. Take a look at the next question. Gordon Brown, Ken Clark. Which of these served in the cabinet under Tony Blair? Oh, a lot of wrong answers happening there. There's a few boings going on. Ardenfett, not a jumble. Free Ruckus, Kegler Coach, you're back down to 0. No one banking out. A lot of players banked out already, but still quite a few still alive. And we've still got 4 players leading the pack. Tipster, Tyson, Coolio and Keshi Head all on 28. The answer was the one on the left. What was the answer? A. Current correct answer. Gordon Brown. Gordon Brown served under Tony Blair. Ken Clark was a Tory. On we go to the next question. Have a look at this. Fyodor Dostoevsky, Leo Tolstoy. Who wrote Crime and Punishment? Few wrong answers there and a few banks. Keshi cutting his losses while he's ahead on 28, or possibly was slightly out of time, but doubling up his points in the bank from 28 will go up to 56, if my maths is any good. Theory Game and Brian banking out 3 points there. A lot of players banking out. Free Ruckers banking at 0 there. Clive at Sotley, Not a Jumbler Numbers, Dogfish, Topper 1. You're all back to 0. Only 3 players now leading the pack. Tipster, Tyson Bain and Coolio all on 36 in this round. Fyodor Dostoevsky was the correct answer. So Procyon is still leading, but Tipster, if they were both to bank now, Tipster would now tie with Procyon. As we go further down, though, we can see players with points. Innes has got 10 in this round. Tyson's actually got 36, as has Coolio. So even though they're at the bottom of the banked players, they've got a lot of points on the board. Let's go on to the next question. Take a look at this. Options are Mount Elbrus, Mount Everest. Which has the higher peak? Couple of wrong answers there. People may be expecting a trick question, but actually, no, it's really not. 3 players with 45. The answer is Mount Everest. Tipster, Tyson Bain and Coolio all on 45 now. Lots of players banked. Cycle Space and Kegler resetting right the way back to 0. Everyone else getting that one right. Those are your points on the board. And why haven't I heard of the other one? Don't know. Mount Elbrus is the highest mountain in Europe, or it's the highest peak in Europe, I think is what it is. That might be what, it's a European mountain. Never mind. Mount Everest was the right answer. On we go to question number 10, reaching the twilight of the game. So, these bank scores looking very, very interesting. As we go further down, we can still see big points from these players down here. Tyson Bain and Coolio are on 45, despite having fewer points banked. But if they're on a roll like that, they're going to be getting big points for these questions. Have a look at the next one. The Moon. Mars. Where is the Sea of Tranquility? A couple of players wrong there. Dogfish and Not a Jumbler Numbers going back to 0. Cycle Space banking out, no points there. And just our players at the top 1, 3, 3, 3, 6, 10, 15, 15, 21, 36, and still 3 on 10 out of 10. Coolio, Tyson, and Tipster now up to 55 points. Let's go to the next question. Procyon still leading on bank here, but it's all very interesting. Have a look at the next question. A or B? Here are your options. Cow. Sheep. What animal is mutton made from? Topper 1 losing that streak, going back down to 0. Lots of correct answers there. Only Topper 1 getting that one wrong. All the bank players down there at the bottom. Highest bank at the moment is Cola with 78. But we've got players with more than that who are still active. But Topper 1 going right down. Yes, of course, it's sheep is where we get mutton from. 3 players with that lead. Tipster, Tyson Bain and Coolio. Are they going to go all the way to the end, or are they going to bank and cut their losses? Be interesting to see. Let's go to question number 12. There are 4 questions left. Take a look at this one. Sir Patrick Stewart, Sir Ian McKellen, who played Magneto. It was Sir Ian McKellen. Sir Patrick Stewart played Charles Xavier. Tipster, Tyson Bain, Coolio still all on 78. Tipster with that biggest bank though. Could be, is it going to be time for Tipster to cut and run? Or is he going to play all the way to the end? Couple of wrong answers there. Innes going back down to 0, as is Clive of Legend. Both still alive, but running out of questions to get that accumulator back up. Let's go to the next question. Procyon still leading on bank, but there are lots of live points still in play. Take a look at question number 13. Options are OBS, Elgato. Which company makes the Stream Deck? Oh! Now cut that out, losing the streak. And back down they go. Just Tipster and Tyson Bain now on 91 in this round. Coolio on 78. And banking out that question, along with Arnfet's banking out 15 points there. Now cut that out and Topper 1. And it's Sotley all the way back to 0. I'm afraid you go. Oh, that's a shame. You hate to see that, but that's the game. Tyson Bain sweating. Let's reset. It's Elgato, incidentally. The Elgato Stream Deck OBS is the thing that I use to people use to, not just me, lots of people use to stream. It's a platform to stream from. Elgato is the Stream Deck. So, Coolio banking the points and overtaking Procyon's current bank. But, of course, Procyon has got 66 points in live play. Tipster with even more. 91 and 105. Lupine is still in with a smiling chance of getting past Procyon as well, depending what happens with Procyon. All eyes were there on Procyon, because of course Procyon went into this round leading, which is why I keep referring back to Procyon at this point. We have still got a few players still alive. Even players down here. Tyson Bain down here has got a big point. Even though he's low down on the bank list, he's still got 91 points in play. Take a look at the next question. Options are full house, 4 of a kind. Which poker hand is higher? And most, I think everyone who attempted that got that one right. No one has banked there, so we're either already banked or we're all correct. Tipster and Tyson on 105. The answer was 4 of a kind is worth more than a full house. Incidentally, the thing at the end where it shows who the winner is, Tipster is going to have to go for the full house. Is he going to go for all 15? Here comes the Messy Coda raiding with a party of 19. Welcome, Raiders. Lovely to have you here. We are just in the twilight of this game. We're having one more game after this, so if you want to stick around, we are going to be playing one more game of this brand new game, Risky Business. It'd be lovely to have you here. Welcome to the stream. For now, we've got one more question, though, and it's going to be very interesting. Tipster's got 105 in his bank and 105. Whoa, that's a lot of messy bobs. And 105 in live play would double up to 210 if they banked at this point. Could be very, very interesting to see what happens. Good luck to you all. Let's go to the final question. Kudo has got the highest banked score at the moment. Here's the last question. A or B? Jeremy Irons. Gabriel Byrne. Who has played D'Artagnan? Procyon cutting and running along with a lot of other players there, but Tipster giving the correct answer. B, Gabriel Byrne. Yes, they're both in the film The Man in the Iron Mask. These questions are shorter. There may be less info in the questions, but they're shorter because you've got so little time. You've just got to go bang, bang, bang. Jeremy Irons played Aramis. Gabriel Byrne played D'Artagnan. Tipster more than doubling his bank there. Lots of players banking out, including Procyon, Tyson Bain, Lupine, Kegler, Dogfish, Not a Jumble, ABME. Players who played till the end, Tipster, Innis, and now cut that out, and Top 1 Gaming, and it's Otley and Clive, although they got the last question wrong, which has dramatically reduced their score in the final. But at the end of that, hopefully this will work. I did change the coding and then didn't test it because something was broken before, but it should show Tipster as having won, if my maths is correct. Let's find out. Yes, it does. Very well done at the debut pilot game of Risky Business. The winner is Tipster with a bank score of 225. Well played. Second place, a very valiant runner up there, is Procyon with 198. Tyson Bain on 149 in third. Honourable mentions, Lupine 142, Coolio 122, now cut that out, 103. Topper One's got 90, Cola's got 78, Drew Dave Tom on 77, Dogfish 75, Hodders 71, Innis 66, Ardenfett 65, Theory Game 61, Not a Jumble 58, Keshi 56, Apodo 55, Naked Grandma 53, Kira 51, Samster and Lingo on 50, Cycle Space 46, It's Otley 45, Free Ruckers 37, David 34, Kegler Coach 27, Brian 21, J Wright 18, Clive 14, ABME 13, and Matt the ref was AFK for the majority of the game, if not all the game. So Tipster, you are the winner of the pilot episode. Congratulations. What do you think? Oh yeah, if I press that button, it'll show you your position as well. That probably would have been a more sensible thing to do if you want to just have a glance, see what position you finished in. I think that went quite well for a first episode. Out of 31 players, 30 active players. Tips needs another cup of tea after that. I'm not surprised, mate. Good, but needs work. Needs work? Okay. I am open to hearing your suggestions for what needs work. If you would like to give us some feedback for this one, pop your way over to the Discord and go to the suggestions section. No one's written anything in there since I was on earlier on, but if you have got any thoughts or feedback on the game, always grateful to hear. Only Millionaire was that easy, quite. Right then. That's the end of the first game. We're going to play one more game. Hi, babe. Yes? Good. Yes. Okay.
Sorry,
cool.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for dinner to finish.
Okay. Well, I'm going to roll the credits, which will be fun. You get to see some credits and stuff. Be right back. Towel and tea. Good stuff. We'll start the second game shortly, but we won't start the second game until we've got people back. So sit tight, and we'll be back for game number 2 in just a minute. Shoo-bitty wop-bee, oo-bitty wop-bee, oo. Wop-shoo-wong, wop-shoo-wop, wop-shoo-wong, wop-shoo-wop, wop-shoo-wong, wop-shoo-wong, wop-shoo-wop,
shiwaddy wop, wop shiwam, wop 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 shiwaddy wop, shubidi wop me ubidi wopidi wop, wop shiwam, wop shiwaddy 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 wop, wop shiwam, wop shiwam, shubidi wop me ubidi wop me upadoo now. Wop shiwam, wop shiwaddy wop, 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 wop shiwam, wop shiwam, shubidi wop me ubidi wop me upadoo now.
Welcome back to game number 2 of Risky Business, a brand new game for tonight for the end of the season. Hope you enjoyed the first game. Congratulations to Tipster on winning that pilot game. If you would like to play, now you've seen how it works. It's all very friendly and fun and a little bit fast and furious at the end. But let's open up lobby number 2 for game number 2. W-Quack. WQWK. This is the last game of the night, by the way. And last game of the year. So I'm not streaming on Tuesday. I'm taking a Tuesday off next week, sort of end of Christmas, and I'll be back for a sort of New Year special next week. Yes, I'll sort it in a bit, Dylan. So yeah, New Year special next Saturday, but I'm off on Tuesday. We quiz well, okay? Come if you'd like to come and try out the new game. And as ever, if you have any thoughts or feedback or suggestions or things that you think could make the game work a little better, pop over to the Discord and type into the suggestions channel. It would be good to hear from you. We've got 16 people in so far for the second game. 17? Yes, why don't you show people everyone your boat? Dylan made a boat today and he wanted to show everybody.
Hello, I made the Bismarck.
Dylan made a Bismarck in like a day.
It's taken me up until 5 o'clock to finish it.
Yeah, he did a whole day on it. Airfix models. So yes, all very cool. It's like the 5th Bismarck he's got. We're sort of overflowing with models in this house, but he got a lot of models for Christmas. So yeah, it's kept him quiet today. This has been good while I've finished this off. Everyone is saying it looks really cool, Dylan. He says thank you. Right, last game of the night. Come and join if you want to play. I'll give you another few minutes. In this now cut that out. Lupine, ABME, Keshi, Arnfetz, Tyson Bane, J White, Naked Grandma, Puddin' Topper One, Cola Cola, Kegler Coach, Free Ruckus, Coolio, Itzotli, and Anisep in the game so far. 17 players. Do type the code if you want to come and join us. Drew Dave Tom, welcome. Alon Z, welcome to the stream. Alon Z, Aloe Z. Lovely to have you here. Make sure you've got access to Persephone's Twitch bot because that's what you need to whisper your answers to. Anything typed into the public chat will not be processed by the game. So very important that you make sure you've got your whispering working, especially in the last round because it's going to be a quick type in the last round. Welcome, We Like Shapes. Welcome to the game. Twitchbot is called Persephone's Twitchbot, Alu Z. She's in. If you go to the list of users in the channel in the top, she's in the moderators list. She's also the one who asks all the questions. If you... when the question is in the chat, the question is live. So if you've got a little bit of latency at your end, if you're the stream, the video will be slightly behind what is live. So for all the questions, keep your eye on the chat, because that is when it's live, as close to real time as we can get. That's the end of the loop. So I'm going to lock up the lobby. We've got 20 players for the second game of Risky Business tonight. Let's pop you into the game. Innes, now cut that out. Luke Pine, ABME, Keshi Head, Ardenfetz, Tyson Bain, Jay White, entering the lobby code. I've really improved on the first game. Well done, We Like Shapes. Jay White, Naked Grandma, Apodo Nuevo, Top 1 Gaming, Cola Cola, Kegler Coach, Free Ruckus, Coolio, It's Not Lee, Anasep, Drew Dave Tom, Alu Z, and We Like Shapes. Welcome, all of you, to Risky Business. So, round 1 is up first. You're going to need the letters A through to E for this. Let's have a look at the rules. Round 1 is favourable odds. Presented with a question and 5 options. More than one of the options may be a correct answer. You need only submit 1 letter for each question, but within 15 seconds. You want to listen to some more doo-wop? It is very doo-woppy, isn't it? The number of correct answers reduces with each question whilst the amount of points you score increases by 1. So starting at 1 point, the next question is worth 2 points, but there are fewer correct answers. You only need to submit 1 of the correct answers. Don't try and type more than 1. Answering a question incorrectly at any time will reduce your score to 0. For the first 4 questions, abstaining will not affect your score. To play question 5, you must choose to risk your points when prompted. If you don't want to play it, do nothing and your score will be banked. Question 5 has 5 options and only 1 correct answer. If you pick the right one, your score is doubled, otherwise you lose everything. Tips, you've had an incident in the kitchen. Is that right? Rip. Rip the kitchen. Was it the Lady Grey? Was the Lady Grey the incident? 3 sets of 5 questions in round 1, maximum of 60 points available. Uh-oh, broken the sugar bowl. Rip. Rip to your sugar bowl. F, indeed. So, the first question is worth 1 point, but there are 4 options available. You only need to type 1. No penalty for abstaining on the first 4 questions, but you need to have some points if you want to try and risk on the last question to double your score. So, let's take a look at question number 1. Options are death, famine, war, anarchy, pestilence. Name one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. 4 of these are right. You can have any of the 4. No penalty for abstaining, but you might as well have a go at this point. Nothing to lose. Free Ruckus, Aluzi. No answer submitted there. Anarchy was a wrong answer. The other 4 are correct. Death, famine, war, and pestilence are the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Most people getting a point there. Let's go on to question number 2. Only 3 correct answers here, but 2 points if you get it right. Options are Golden Monkey, Liberica, Arabica, Robusta, Luan Guapian. Name a type of coffee bean. Just Anasep setting this one up, keeping that point safe, not wanting to have a gamble. Everyone else get themselves another 2 points. Golden Monkey and Luan Guapian, as I'm sure Tips will be able to tell you, are teas. The other 3 are coffee beans. Well done. Let's go on to the next question. 3 points if you can get this one right, but there are only 2 correct answers. Have a look at the options. Hebe, Gaia, Demeter, Essa, Thalassa. Name a daughter of Zeus. Oh, there's a wrong answer. A couple of wrong answers. Lots of wrong answers. Oh my god. Wow, big changes to the scores there and a lot of abstentions. Yeah, this is harder than it might first have seemed if I'd just shown you the question. Hebe and Essa are daughters of Zeus. Demeter and Thalassa are consorts or wives, I believe, of Zeus. And Gaia was sort of all powerful before Zeus. Both of the answers I would have gone with were wrong. Bad luck, Apodo. Innes and It's Sotley, though, both getting that one right, taking themselves up to 6 points. Lots of abstentions there. A few people on 3, 1 on 2. Lots of people resetting and crashing back down to 0, though. Don't worry, there is another question, which is worth 4 points before you have to decide to risk or bank. Take a look at question number 4. No, Hebe's definitely a girl. It's the goddess of... I want to say the goddess of the dew. But no, Hebe is a lady god, a goddess indeed. Question 4. Options are Key West, Binghamton, Palm Springs, Fort Myers, Oakland. Name an airport located in New York State. Only one of those is right. Correct answers coming in down the bottom. A couple of wrong answers here and there. A lot of abstentions up at the top, it looks like. We'll keep those 6 points safe. Binghamton was the only correct answer. Key West and Palm Springs, Fort Myers and Oakland are either in Florida or California. Don't ask me to remember which one's which. But Anisep Coolio now cut that out. I'm afraid you're back down to 0. And Keshi, because you didn't answer, you're still on 0. You won't be able to risk or bank. Everybody else, you have got points on the board. Innes and It's Sotley leading with 6. Nobody on a maximum score here. But you've got the option to risk or bank. If you want to bank your points, they're safe, but you can't attempt question 5. They're banked and locked away and no one can touch them. So if you want to bank, leave it blank. If you want to risk, type R or risk to the bot. You've got 15 seconds to make up your mind. You cannot abstain on the risk question. Coolio's going to take that as a sign and dip. Night Coolio, thanks for joining. So yes, you can't abstain. If you abstain on question 5, it treats it as incorrect. So, bank or risk? What's it going to be? A few riskers coming in. A lot of riskers here. Kegler. Oh no, Kegler is in. Free Ruckus and Apodo cutting their losses, banking their points, along with Aluzi banking 4, 4 and 2. A couple of players unable to bank because no points on the board. But all of these points are now at risk. Double them up if you get it right. Lose them all if you get it wrong. Only one answer. Question 5, here are the options. Elbrus, there it is again. Tabor, Rushmore, Sinai, Olympus. Name a manufacturer of cameras. Remember, you've got to answer. You can't abstain if you're risking. You lose your points if you abstain. And you lose them if you get it wrong. It's Olympus. Olympus is a camera manufacturer. The other ones are just other mountains. So easy. Only easy if you know the answer. Then, of course, you weren't risking on that question there, Aluzi. So, yeah, one of those things. Put your points in the bank, but those 2 points are safe. Unfortunately, if you got that one wrong, you're back to 0. Let's take a look at the scores at the end of the first set. 4 out of 4 wrong risks at this point. So, Lupine, Kohler, Kegler and We Like Shapes are in the lead with 8 points in the bank. ABME, Arnfetz, Tyson Bain, Jay White, Drew Dave Tom have all got 6 in the bank. Apodo Nuevo, Free Ruckus have got 4. Aluzi has got 2. And Innes, now cut that out, Keshi, Naked Grandma, Top 1, Coolio, It's Sotley and Anisep yet to put any points in the bank. But we have still got 2 more sets in this round. Starting back over, you're back to 0. First question's worth 1 point, 4 correct answers available. Have a look at what they are. Slinky, Pinky, Clyde, Blinky, Inky. Name a Pac-Man ghost. So people answering very quickly, getting the theme from the answers. Remember, no penalty for abstaining, but it's the first question, so there's nothing at stake here. You might as well take a punt. You've got a 4 out of 5 chance, 80% chance of getting it right. Oh, Coolio had to go, didn't they? Everyone who is in live play getting that one right. Slinky was the wrong answer. The Pac-Man ghosts are Pinky, Blinky, Inky and Clyde. For some reason, they all have a slightly different AI. Yes, Clyde of Legend indeed. On we go. Question number 2. Nothing much to report there. Here is question 2. Options are breast, condom, dick, anal, bitch. Name a French town or village. 3 of these are right, 2 of them are wrong. Yeah, I know, Toadboy. 3 of these are genuine French place names. Sorry, Toad. 3 3 of these are genuine French place names. Alozie saving that 1 point. Tyson getting it wrong. Everyone else getting the points to take themselves up to 3. Yes, breast, condom, and biche are all genuine French place names. Dick and anal are just places I made up. Yeah, the French. Condom. There's a place in France called Condom. There really is. So there you go. Breast, condom, and bitch. Any of those would have got you 2 points. Anything else would have sent you back to 0. That's the end of the question. Not much to report in the scores. A lot of threes. An awful lot of threes going on there. Alozie on 1. Tyson Bain is back on 0. Dick is an animation company. Yes, I think it is, actually. I think I punched it into Google to find out if it was, and that's the thing that came up. So if you're Googling Drew Dave Tom, stop Googling. Not when you're in the game. Unless you just happen to know that, which is entirely possible. This next question, only 2 correct answers here. 3 points if you can give me a correct answer. Here are the options. George W. Bush, Kamala Harris, Bill Clinton, Gerald Ford, Nelson Rockefeller. Name somebody who has served as Vice President of the USA. Couple of wrong answers. Top 1 and Drew Dave Tom. Cola's gone back to 0. Oh, Cola. Back you go. Lots of people now up to 6. Wrong answers were George W. Bush, Kamala Harris, and Bill Clinton. I ummed and ahed with my wife over whether or not I should put Kamala Harris on here. But then I rephrased the question. She's Vice President-elect. She has not yet served as Vice President of the United States of America. She has not been sworn in. George W. Bush was never VP. Neither was Bill Clinton, but Gerald Ford He was VP 2. It was sometime in the 70s. I forget who. It might have been Reagan. Nixon. Thank you. Now cut that out. Nixon. And Nelson Rockefeller was VP a little bit earlier on, sometime in the 60s. And again, I forget to who, but I'm sure someone will tell me. Again, lots of players on 6. Arden, Fetz, JY, Anisep erring on the side of caution there, sticking with 3. And everyone else is on 0. But there is one more question. This is worth 4 points before you need to make a decision. Ford's VP. Thank you. Now cut that out. Question 4. It's worth 4 points, but there's only 1 correct answer. You don't have to answer. Take a look at this. Options are Romania, Finland, Portugal, Austria, Ireland. Name a country that won at least 1 gold medal at the 2016 Olympic Games. This is a tough question. Now cut that out, has got it. It's Otley's back to 0. Tyson Bain on 0. Drew Dave Tom's got it. Cola's got it. Unsurprisingly, a lot of abstentions there, but now cut that out. Has managed to get the maximum for this question set up to 10. Are they going to bank it or are they going to risk it? We'll find out in a minute. Still lots of 6s there due to the abstentions. Cola's up to 4. Drew Dave Tom's up to 4. Arden, Fetz, Jay White, Anisep all on 3. Everyone else on 0. If you're on 0, you will not be able to take the punt. You must have points to take the punt. The answer was Romania. I think they won for fencing, I want to say. Finland, Portugal, Ireland, Austria, all 0 golds on the medal table at the 2016 Olympic Games. So, the next question I'm going to ask you is risk or bank. If you want to bank your points, they're safe, but you can't attempt the question. Leave it blank if you want to bank. Or risk to risk the question, but you can't abstain. If you risk, you must attempt it. If you abstain or get it wrong, you lose all your points. If you get it right, you double them. So, those are the scores that you're on. You might want to have a little think about whether or not it's going to be worth taking the punt. If you're on a lower score, you might want to risk it, try and get some more points. If you're on a high score, you might want to bank them. Up to you. I'll let you take that decision. Bank or risk? Well, we've got a few banks in here. Kegler, ABME, Apodo Nuevo, Free Ruckus, all banking those points. Of course, if you have nothing to bank, then you'll bank automatically. How many people have we got in live play? Just a 10. Now cut that out, gambling all 10. Lupine, We Like Shapes, Innis, Keshi, Nekogram are all risking 6. Cola, Drew Dave Tom risking 4. Arden Fetz and Jay White risking 3. Only 1 correct answer here. Double or quits, I suppose you could call it. Here are the options. Ransom, The Man Without a Face, Edge of Darkness, What Women Want, We Were Soldiers. Name a film directed by Mel Gibson. There's only 1 answer here, 1 correct answer. You can't abstain. If you abstain, it treats it like getting it wrong, so you might as well take a punt. Naked Grandma, Drew Dave, Tom, you're going to take a punt? You're going to lose those points then. It's The Man Without a Face. Just Lupine and now cut that out, getting that one right. They were all starred. They all starred Mel Gibson. I know, Keshi. Tough break, my friend. They all starred Mel Gibson, but he only directed one of them, which was The Man Without a Face. So...
the most misogynistic film.
Yes, What Women Want is a film that has not aged well, I have to say. From 20 years ago. We've got a clip. Oh, no data was returned in that clip. RIP, milk-like substance. Let's take a look at the scores at the end of the second set. All the points going into the bank. Lupine and now cut that out, still neck and neck at the top. Mel Gibson has not aged well either. No, you're right, Tofu. 20 points apiece to now cut that out and Lupine. Kegler Coach on 14, ABME's on 12. Apodo, Free Ruckus on 10. Cola, We Like Shapes on 8, Arden Fetz, Tyson Bain, Jay White, Drew Dave Tom all on 6, Anna Sepp on 3, Aluz on 2, Ines Keshi, Naked Grandma top 1, It's Sotley, you're yet to book points in the bank, but don't worry, because we've got one more set of questions and potentially 20 points available, which means you could still tie top at the end of this round, and then we've got 2 rounds after that. So, take a look at question number 1. We're back to the start. 4 correct answers up here, 1 point available. Have a look. Amicus Caro, Dolores Umbridge, Tom Riddle, Gilderoy Lockhart, Remus Lupin. Name a Hogwarts Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. Wrong chat window, Keshi. Might as well take a punt on this one. 80% chance of being right. Drew Dave Tom did get the 20% incorrect answer. That blind stab Tom Riddle, a.k.a. Is it a spoiler to say? I think it's been out long enough. Tom Riddle was not a Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. He wanted it, but did not get it. The others were Amicus Caro in the 7th book, Dolores Umbridge in the 5th, Remus Lupin in the 3rd, Gilderoy Lockhart in the 2nd. Yes, good Harry Potter knowledge there. Not much to report. 1 point for most players. Only 3 answers to this next one. 3 correct answers, 2 incorrect, and 2 points if you get it right. Take a look at the options. Marlborough Street, Regent Street, Euston Road, The Angel Islington, Pentonville Road. Name a light blue property on the classic UK Monopoly board. 3 ruckus going back down to 0. A lot of players looking like they're not going to take the risk here. Quite a few players still on 3 there. Angel Islington, Pentonville Road and Euston Road are all light blue. Marlborough Street is orange. Regent Street is green. So some players in the middle there just saving that 1 point. Not going to take the risk, which is fair enough. On only a 60% chance if it's a punt. Kegler Coach and Free Ruckus, you're back down to 0, I'm afraid. Let's go on to the next question. Only 2 correct answers here, but 3 points if you can find one of them. Take a look at the options. Torchich, Farfetched, Groudon, Sneasel, Piloswine. Name a Pokemon introduced in Generation 2. Back to Pokemon. 2 of them are right, 3 of them are wrong. We're playing risky business, Aluzi. Saving those points there, sticking to 3. But we've still got 4 players who have got the maximum so far of 6 points. Now cut that out. Free Ruckus, Aluzi, Top 1 Gaming all on 3. Drew Dave Tom's on 2. Apodo Nuevo, We Like Shapes, Jay White, Naked Grandma all on 1. Everyone else, you're back to 0. Quite a few players getting that wrong. 6 players getting that one wrong, taking them back to 0. So Torchich and Groudon were introduced in Generation 3. Farfetch'd in Generation 1. Sneasel and Piloswine were both introduced in Generation 2. On we go. Question 4. There's only 1 correct answer, 4 incorrect answers, but it's worth 4 points if you can find the 1 correct answer, and then you're going to have the choice to either bank or risk for the last time this game. Take a look at the options. Question 4. Galaxy, Universe, Nebula, Quasar, Supermassive Black Hole. Name a model of Ford. Channeling my Red Herrings question pack from earlier. Oh, there's a couple of red pings there. Jay White, Anisette, back to 0, as is a Naked Grandma. Podo Nuevo, Aluzi, Tyson Bain, choosing to preserve the points they've got already, not going to take the risk. The answer is Galaxy. The Ford Galaxy, Universe, Nebula, Supermassive Black Hole and Quasar are not models of Ford. The new Ford Supermassive Black Hole. I'd buy that car, tipster. Nick, Grandma, Anisep and Jay White, you have no points to gamble, so you won't be able to risk them on this next question. However, everybody else, you've got at least 1 point, so you can choose to either risk or bank. Leave it blank if you want to bank. Your point will go into the bank. It will not be touched. But if you get it wrong or you abstain, if you're risking it, you'll lose all the points from this round. There's a few people up at the top, 3 people who've got the maximum of 10. 2 of those haven't got anything in the bank, so they've got a difficult decision. Do they want to play it safe or do they want to risk trying to double up? Lupine has got a bit of an advantage here, currently on the maximum potential with 30, but if they bank, 30 will be safe, but if they risk it, they could stay on 20. Decision time. Leave it bank if you want to blank. No, leave it blank if you want to bank. R or risk to risk. Bank or risk. Harlan Fett's playing it safe, maybe. Kegler Coach, Drew Dayton, Free Ruckus, Lupine. All playing it safe. We have got 11, I think, gamblers on this one. Apoda Nuevo gambling that 1 point, might as well. Aluzi gambling the 3. Keshi and Cola and ABME risking the 4. We Like Shapes risking the 5. Tyson risking 6. Topple 1 and Now Cut That Out risking 7. And it's Otley and Innes risking all 10. Happy to guarantee the top spot, yeah? Solid strategy, solid play at this point in the game. Right, here we go then. All or nothing if you're in this one. Remember, you can't abstain. You must attempt this question. If you abstain, it's treated as wrong. Question 5, here are the options. Richard Curtis, Stephen Fry, Rowan Atkinson, Hugh Laurie, Ben Elton. Name somebody who has appeared as a panellist on QI. Panellist. Oh, Tyson! There go those points. Oh, Alozie, Apodo Nuevo, you might as well have a stab. Apodo's had a stab and got it right. Alozie has not, is going to lose those points. Oh, now cut that out, and Tyson losing some big points, big risk, and it didn't pay off. It's Hugh Laurie, appeared on the first episode of Season 1. Richard Curtis, Rowan Atkinson, Ben Elton have never appeared on QI. Stephen Fry was the host, of course, for 12 seasons, but has never been a panellist. It's Otley got a risk, right? Hooray! Well played at Sotley, doubling up to 20. Going to put those points in the bank for you. That is the end of the first round. Let's check out what the scores are. And as Lupine intimated, guaranteeing his spot at the top with 30 points in the bank. Innes, Now Cut That Out, ABME, It's Otley, all on 20. Kegler and We Like Shapes on 18. Free Ruckus is on 17. Topper One's got 14. Apodo Nuevo on 12. Drew Dave Tom on 12. Arden Fett's on 10. Keshi's on 8. Cola's on 8. Tyson Baines on 6. Jay White's on 6. Anisep on 3. Alu's on 2. Nekka Grandma yet to score. But we've got 2 more rounds to play through. Let's go to round number 2. Round 2 is the board game. You'll be presented with a question and 9 options. Anything from 4 to 7 of the options may be a correct answer. Submit as many options as you like within 60 seconds. Syntax is unimportant. You may choose to separate your answer letters with commas, spaces, full stops, or not at all if you prefer. You may submit your answers either as a single message of several letters or individual letters one at a time. You'll go blue when it's received at least one valid input from you, whether right or wrong, and then you'll just get a ping on subsequent entries. For each correct answer submitted, you get 5 points, but submitting an incorrect answer at any time or failing to submit any answers at all for the board will reduce your score to 0. And bear in mind, your scores will not be banked until the conclusion of the third and final board. There are 3 boards in round 2. Maximum score of 60 to 105 points, depending how many correct answers there are. So, the correct answers, they'll be between 4 and 7. I won't tell you how many. It's up to you to decide how many you are going to risk attempting. So, it's the board game. You've got 60 seconds. 9 options, between 4 and 7 will be right. 5 for everyone you get right, but you get sent back to 0 if you get a single one wrong on any of the boards. Very much like Wipeout Silent Marine, yes, very much in that style, with my own little spin on it. So, round 2 is the board game. Here comes the first board. 9 options are Istanbul, Turkey, Berlin, Germany, Marrakesh, Morocco, Geneva, Switzerland, Riga, Latvia, Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, San Jose, Costa Rica, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Johannesburg, South Africa. Identify the genuine capital cities with their respective country. So you go blue when you've got at least one answer in. Some people may be trying to submit multiple. Then there's anything between 4 and 7 of these are correct. Tyson, Ardenfetz, Drudo, Tom, Podo, Nuevo, Kegler, Coach. No answers received yet. You must submit at least one, otherwise it's an automatic reduction to 0. Coming into the last few seconds. Okay, so everyone's submitted at least one valid answer. Still time for a few more, if you want to submit some more. A few late answers coming in here. Let's see what this does to the scores. Only 7 players getting valid green answers there. Only valid answers. There were only 4 up there. Berlin, Germany, Riga, Latvia, Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, and San Jose, Costa Rica. Ankara is the capital of Turkey. I can't remember what the capital of Marrakesh of Morocco is, but it's not Marrakesh. Capital of Switzerland is Bern. Capital of Brazil is Brasilia. Capital of South Africa is Cape Town. There are only 20 points available for that. Rabat, thank you, Top One Gaming. This is the yes, it's a brand new game to Juice Man, just being piloted for the first time this evening. Welcome, and welcome all other new people who've just come. Poconuts to Juice Man, Milk Like Substance, Silent Marine. Lovely to have you here. Welcome to the stream. So Innis, now cut that out, and We Like Shapes all getting all 4. Free Ruckus and Cola finding 3 of them. Lupine and Apodo Nuevo finding 2 of them and calling it quits. Everybody else, no points. I'm afraid you gave at least one answer. I don't think anyone abstained there, apart from Kula, who's AFK. Generally, capital South Africa has 3. Okay. I thought it was Cape Town or Kingston, maybe. It's not Johannesburg, put it that way. Okay, we're having some conversation on whether South Africa has 3 capitals: Executive, Pretoria, Legislative, Cape Town. The largest city is Johannesburg. It is not a capital. Citation needed. Thank you. So it was ambiguous at best. Yeah, we'll leave that there for now. Anyway, let's reset the board. Remember, those points are not banked though, so you've still got to survive through 2 more boards before we can bank those points. Have a look at board number 2. Options are the Gizzard Gulper, the Bone Cruncher, the Child Chewer, the Meat Masher, the Maid Mangler, the Blood Bottler, the Butcher Boy, the Man Hugger, the Flesh Eater. Identify the genuine giants from Roald Dahl's story, the BFG. So at the end of that first loop, most players getting at least one answer in it. Sotley, Kegler, Coach, Tyson, Bay, Naked Grandma still waiting on at least an answer. But you might be typing them all. You've still got 30 seconds or so. Anyone read any Roald Dahl books? BFG was a favourite of mine growing up. So everyone who's in live play has got at least one valid answer, whether right or wrong. Coming into the twilight of the board. 5 to 10 seconds left. There's the 5-second ticker. Any more late answers? Last chance to do it. So there were 6 answers up on that board that were true, 3 that were false. Meat Masher, Meat Mangler, and Flesh Eater were all ones that I made up or took one's half. They're half right, but changed one of the bits of it. Gizzard Gulper, Bone Cruncher, Child Chewer, Blood Bottler, Man Hugger, and the Butcher Boy were all correct answers. Now cut that out, moves up to 35. The Meat Masher, yeah. Very funny name. Now cut that out, moves up to 35. Innis and We Like Shapes and Cola all on 25. Apodo's on 15. ABME, Kegler, Ardenfetz, Keshi, Tyson Bain, and Anasep all on 5. Everybody else, you're back down to 0. You've got one more board to get some points. Take a look at the options. If I reset the board. Have a look. Board number 3. Options are The Ghost of Vermeer van Delft, which can be used as a table, Modern Rhapsody, The Great Masturbator, The Temptation of St. Christopher, Lobster Telephone, Elephants Reflecting Swans, The Burning Giraffe, The Face of War, Autumnal Cannibalism. Identify the genuine paintings of Salvador Dali. Keshi, the first to get an answer in. There's still quite a few orange lozenges here. but we're getting a few more in now. Hello Z, we need an answer. ABME, we still need an answer. Top one's going to take us 5 points to be done. Fair. So, just Hello Z. Just waiting for an answer. Still a few more answers coming in. If you're going one at a time, that's completely fine. You must get at least one answer in, or your points are reduced to 0. And there's Hello Z, got an answer in. It is going green as well. Wow. Only 4 people getting valid points on there. Everyone else wiping out to 0. So yes, D, the Temptation of St. Christopher. It's actually the Temptation of St. Anthony is the painting in question. Lobster Telephone it's not a sculpture, it's just an object. It's not a painting though. And finally, Elephants Reflecting Swans. I have to show you that. I put it in the Discord yesterday. I'm just going to grab it quickly. One of my wife's Christmas presents that I bought for her. It's actually swans reflecting elephants, not elephants reflecting swans. Oh, that's ever so mean of me. I know, I feel awful. But yes.
That back.
Oh, sorry, Meg's just taking it back. I got my wife a painting. I tend to get painted. Well, it's a canvas, but yes, it's an original Dali wrapped in cellophane. Is that the wind? Bloody Nora.
Yeah, it's blowing in.
Blowing a gale out there. Good lord. Brace for internet failure. Yeah, so that's actually swans reflecting elephants. It's just a print, but I do like it. Is C just a mirror? The Great Masturbator. Well, all the others are genuine paintings by Salvador Dali. They're the titles: Face of War, Autumnal Cannibalism, The Burning Giraffe, The Great Masturbator, Modern Rhapsody, and The Ghost of Vermeer van Delft, which can be used as a table. Yeah, that's one I didn't know, but it was definitely one that was going in here. So the middle row were all incorrect. And only 4 people managing to escape round 2 with points. Podo Nuevo getting 20, Kegler Coach getting 10, Drew Dave Tom getting 5, and Aluzi getting 5. That's the end of the round. Let's see what that's done to the scores. Fairly low scoring round. Yes, the screen was Munch, not Dali, Edvard Munch. Podo Nuevo now in the lead with 32, just 2 points ahead of Lupine on 30, who's just 2 points ahead of Kegler on 28. Innis now cut that out. ABME, it's Sotley all on 20. We Like Shapes on 18. Free Ruckus. Drew Dave Tom on 17. Top 1 on 14. Ardenfets on 10. Keshi and Cola on 8. Aluzi on 7. Tyson J White on 6. Anasep on 3. Naked Grandma yet to put anything in the bank. The melting clock thing is Persistence of Memory. It's Sotley. And it's a gorgeous painting, and I was tempted to get that one, but I think I prefer the Elephanty Swan one. Yes, Persistence of Memory. Great painting. So, time for round number 3. Round 3 is this or that. You will be presented with a question and 2 options. One is correct and one is incorrect. A or B within 7 seconds. This is where it helps to keep your eye on the chat because you haven't got much time at all. Answering a question correctly will give you increasingly more points. So the first question is 1, the second is 2, the third is 3, and so on. Answering a question incorrectly at any time will reduce your score to 0 and reset your correct answer streak. So you can go 1 point, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, and have 21 points, and then get one wrong. It's all back to 0, and the next question is worth 1. But you will still be in the game. Here's the thing. Abstaining from a question, or not getting an answer in time, will bank your points and freeze you out of the remainder of the round. So you've got to think, when is it going to be a good time to quit and get ahead of the pack, so to speak. And also, you've got to be quick on the buzzer, because if you're not fast enough, then you will be banked and frozen out by default and won't be able to get any more points. It's a maximum of 15 questions. Once all the players have banked, the game will end. So maximum of 120 points available. So it is still very much anybody's game here, but you've got to be quick. All you need is A or B. Good luck. Keep your eyes on the chat. And remember, abstaining will bank. Leave it blank if you want to bank. Wrong resets, but you're still alive. Right, it gives you increasingly more points. Good luck. Let's play this or that. Question 1. Options are apple, orange. What are Granny Smiths? Naked Grandma is banking out with no points there, as is Kudos. It makes me think they may be AFK or possibly just out of time, but everybody else giving me the correct answer, which was a apple. Well done, that's a point on the board. Abstain if you want to bank it. Let's go on to the next question. Fingers on buzzers, A or B. Here are the options. Butch. Spike. In Tom and Jerry, which is a dog? Thought there might be a few more wrong answers on that one. Nobody banking, so everyone at least attempting. Kegler and ABME getting that one wrong, going back to 0, but not many points lost at this stage. It's B, Spike. Butch is another cat. How's it having? Scatoony, said Butch. So no one else banking just yet, and lots of players on 3. Let's go on to the next question. So these are the banked scores that you're seeing here, banked scores without the current live scores. Let's have a look at the next question. Options are Revelations, Revolutions, which is an Assassin's Creed game. And Apodo Nuevo and Ardenfett are cutting and running. Apodo Nuevo was leading the pack, banking just 3 points, taking them to 35. A few people getting that one wrong. We Like Shapes, Free Ruckus, Drew Dave, Tom, Cola Coda, Jay White going back down to 0. But a lot of people getting it right. It was a Revelations. Assassin's Creed Revelations. 4th game of the series, I think it was. Oh, you didn't mean to, Ardenfett's bad luck. Yeah, got to be snippier than that, I think. So, let's have a look at the scores. Apodo Nuevo is banked out on 35, but Lupine could bank at this stage and overtake if they were so inclined. But with so many questions left, they may not want to do that. Let's take a look at the next question. Your new Let's Play. Good call, Tipster. Here's the next question. Snickers. Mars. Which chocolate bar contains nuts? Aluzi and Anasep reducing their points back to 0, but again, no one abstaining at this point. No one wanting to cut their losses at this point. The points are still quite low, but they're going to start creeping up if you keep getting them right, and at some point you might want to bail if you don't know. Lots of people on 10 at the moment, so let's go on to the next question. Question number 5. Apodo Nuevo is still leading at the moment with the banked score, but could be overtaken at any time. Have a look at this. Question number 5. Options are Anne, Mary. Who hosted The Weakest Link? Jay White and Aluzi getting that one wrong. Again, nobody banking yet, but lots of correct answers coming in there. The answer was A, Anne. It was Anne Robinson. We've still got lots of people on 15 points on the potential maximum here. So you're ordered by score, current score, then banked score. So it's looking a bit shaky for Apodo Nuevo, but for now, Apodo Nuevo is still in the bank lead. The only player to be in the, well, the player in the lead with the banked score. Let's go on to the next question. Question 6. Pepsi. Coke. Which logo has blue on it? Everybody getting that one right by the sounds of it. No banks, no incorrect answers. The answer was A, Pepsi. Coke is just red and white. Pepsi is red, white and blue. No drama there. On to the next question. We're approaching the halfway point. Points are going to start going up and up and up. People are going to want to start thinking, is it worth the risk at this point? Because if you get it wrong at this point, it's going to be difficult, and you've run a maximum, then you're not going to be able to attain those scores again. So people are going to possibly be starting to think about banking at this point. Good luck. Have a look. I think we're on question number 7. Take a look. Princess Diana. Mother Teresa. Who died first? Lupine ruining their streak at this point, dropping right back down. A few players banking. Now cut that out. Topper One Gaming, Keshi Head, Kegler Coach, Aluzi, Jay White, all banking out points at this stage. Lupine, We Like Shapes, Drew Dave, Tom dropping back down to 0. Still quite a few players still alive. The answer was Princess Diana. Oh, just out of time, Keshi. Bad luck, mate. Yes, Princess Diana has died 31st of August, I want to say. Mother Teresa, I think September the 5th. So there wasn't a lot in it. But Princess Diana did. Diana did die first. We've still got 3 players with a theoretical maximum for this round, 28 points each. Must have run out of time. Bad luck, Aloz. Let's reset, see where we are in terms of banks. Now Cut That Out is now in the lead with Bank on 41, Kegler Coach at 38, Apodo Nuevo slips into joint third with Topper One Gaming, but we have still got active players. Lupine, Innis, Itzotli, ABME, We Like Shapes, Free Ruckus, Drew Dave, Tom, Cola, Tyson Bain, Anasep. You're all still alive and in the game with 8 questions to go, I think. Possibly 7 questions to go. 7 questions to go, maybe. Lupine is at the top on bank score with 30, but nothing in the current game, whereas Innis has got 20 in the bank and 28 on the board. Much to play for. Let's take a look at the next question. Options are pepper, salt. Who is Tony Stark's girlfriend? We Like Shapes reducing back to 0 there as those banked players start to increase at the bottom. We can get all of the live players, I think, at the top. Yes, because there's only We Like Shapes down at the bottom. Most players getting that one right. The answer was A, pepper pots. I think that's a question that's come up recently in a slightly different phrasing. But Innis and Itzotli and Tyson Bain all still on 36 with 2 of them, Innis and Itzotli, both with 20 in the bank. So neck and neck at the moment. But it could all change. So let's go on to the next question. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 7 questions to go. Now Cut That Out, still leading the banked players. Take a look at this. Options are Oxford, Cambridge, Peterhouse, Downing and Jesus are colleges of which university? Well done if you got that. B, Cambridge, it's written on my hoodie. Bit clue for you there. There is a Jesus College, Oxford, but there isn't a Peterhouse or a Downing to my knowledge. So, Free Ruckus and Anasep banking out points there, 15 and 10 respectively. Drew Dave, Tom and Tyson Bain getting that one wrong and plummeting back to 0. Big rip for Tyson Bain there. We saw quite a few players still alive. Innis and Itzotli are still leading with 45 points in this round and 20 in the bank. Let's go to the next question. Now Cut That Out has still got the highest bank at the moment with 41. But there are players poised to overtake as and when they choose to bank out their points. If they do. Oh, was that a chase question? Itzotli, nice. One you would hope that you did know. Let's go on to the next question. Have a look at this. Options are West, East. Where did the wise men come from? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players getting that one right. Drew Dave, Tom getting it wrong, dropping back to 0. Yes, wise men from the east. Wise men from the east, not the west. Yes, there's still a little bit of Christmasness to it, Aluzi. We've just had the 12 days of Christmas for the month of December. Ash and myself have. So there was a lot of Christmas trivia in there. So there was we're slightly Christmas trivia'd out, festive trivia'd out, but there's a couple still sneaking in for this one. Innocent Itzotli still with a theoretical maximum on 55, could bank at any time. Will they though? We'll see. Let's go on to the next question. Running out of questions. Now Cut That Out, still leading in the bank, but lots of players poised to overtake if they can bank them. Have a look at the next question. Jilly, Jackie. Which Cooper wrote the novels Polo, Rivals and Mount? Innis and Itzotli both getting that one right. Still fighting for supremacy at the top. It could be a tie. We could be heading for a tie here. ABME banking out on 36 points, deciding to cut their losses. A very respectable score to bank out on. Lupine banking out with 6 points, going to take them up to 36. Drew Dave, Tom still alive but still wrong. Running out of questions to get that accumulator really high, I think, at this point. We have got a new leader in the bank. ABME goes into the lead with 56 in the bank. As a dance-off. Actually, I haven't done the thing where if there is a tie at the end, it will only show the player who happens to randomly go to the top of the list. So if there's a tie, it will only show one person's name, but I can edit the text mesh manually to adjust that after the fact, if you like, if we do have that. But that is something on my to-do list that I sort of just ran out of time for. ABME currently in the lead with the bank 56, but there are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players still in play yet to bank. On we go to the next question. Options are Ozymandias, Persephone. Which cat is white? Oh no! Oh, there are a few boings there and a couple of banks. Innis has banked 78 point. Sorry, Innes has not banked. Innes has got it right, 78. It's Sotley and We Like Shapes have banked on 66 and 6. Drew, Dave, Tom and Cola and Tyson Bain have gone back to 0. Yes, a slightly meta question here. We are Persephone's chair. Our logo is the cat, the tabby cat. That is Persephone. Ozymandias is the white one. They don't feature on stream all that often, but they do crop up from time to time. So we're down to just 4 players, but only Innes now with the lead at 78. It's Sotley has cut his losses and banked. Let's see what that's done to the bank leaderboard. Does put it Sotley into the lead with 86 in the bank, pushing everyone else down. But we've still got Innes, Drew, Dave, Tom, Cola and Tyson Bain, and Innes on that streak of 78. Cola, Drew, Dave, Tom, Tyson Bain may struggle at this point to overtake the top, but all eyes going to be on Innes by the looks of it. I'm going to keep this here for now, the scroll rect. Take a look at the options for this question. Equinox. Solstice. What is the shortest day of the year? Drew, Dave, Tom is right. Tyson is wrong. Cola is right. Innes is deciding to cut his losses at this point. Bank out those 78 points. 1 extra question ahead of it. Sotley going to bank, cut the losses and run. 3 players though continue to the next few questions. We have still got 2 questions left and we will play them out. Innes goes to the top of the bank with 98, 12 points ahead of it. Sotley taking the top spot. I think that is pretty much insurmountable at this point, but we have still got 3 players in live play and 2 questions to go. Here's the next one. Stelling Kamara. Who missed a red card? All 3 players in and getting the right answer. So Drew, Dave, Tom is currently in the lead of the remaining players. He's going to bank out 20. I don't know, Jeff. I must have missed that. Yes, he was talking to Jeff Stelling at the time, but Chris Kamara is who it was. One more question for you all then. Last 3 players, last question of the night. Take a look at this. Mozart. Beethoven. Who wrote Fidelio? Tyson's wrong. Cola's wrong, and Drew is calling it quits, banking out those 3 points. The answer was B. Beethoven's only opera, Fidelio. So at the end of the second game of Risky Business, with a score of 98 in the bank, very exciting final. The winner is Innes C. Well played, Innes. 98, taking the top spot, just shy of that 3-figure game, but a very good game all the same. Slightly trickier questions in that second half, I think. And that second round being a little bit of a bloodbath, only 4 players escaping with points. That's the way it goes. So that is Risky Business. That is my new game, and that is it for me for the year. So thank you for joining me on this journey, which started in like the 3rd week of January, 2nd week of January. Might even have been the 1st week. I can't remember. I'll look it up later on. But it's been an enormous adventure this year. It wasn't quite what I imagined I would somehow end up doing twice a week, but the world is a strange place at the moment, and I've loved every minute of it. So thank you for joining me on this journey and for continuing to support me, either through subscribing or anything at all. Just turning up week in, week out is absolutely awesome. So thank you so much. It has been a wonderful, I would say it's been a wonderful year. The year's been pretty not great on the whole, but in terms of streaming stuff, it has been a wonderful experience. I hope you've all enjoyed yourselves playing the games. Thank you to everybody who's written questions this year, everyone who's given feedback, everyone who just keeps turning up week in, week out. It's been a pleasure and a joy to host you, and long may it continue. Speaking of feedback, because this is a new game, you're very welcome, Topper One, thank you. Because this is a new game, I'm always open to suggestions. There'll probably be a couple of little things in it that I do need to patch out because it's still a fresh build. But if you've got any suggestions for the general gameplay and feeling for how it works, I'll be very, very interested to hear. Do come into the Discord and pop them into the suggestions section. It'd be lovely to hear from you. I try and respond to all comments. I don't necessarily act on all comments, but I will try and at least give you a response, a measured response, and a rationale as to why or why not it might be a good idea. A reminder that I am not here on Tuesday next week. I'm taking a week off because I haven't had a stream off for some time. So I'm taking Tuesday off, and I'm just sort of unwinding for the next few days. Wednesday night over in Ash's Discord, Ash, who was around earlier on, I think he's got some busy stuff on at the moment though. He's doing, I think, Beat the Chasers in his Discord. He's not streaming it, but he's doing it into Discord. So do pop along and join the Bash server as well. Matt the Ref, who was here earlier on, he is doing a sort of standard classic pen and paper sort of pub quiz on his Twitch channel, which I haven't got a command for some very strange reason. I used to have one and it's gone, but link is there. Go and give him a follow. A classic pen and paper style pub quiz. So, like with Christmas, if you're at a loose end this New Year, then Matt will be there on New Year's Eve. That's Thursday evening. Ash is off on Friday, I think, because it's New Year's Day. I think he's taken the Friday off. I'm going to be back next Saturday, the 2nd of January, for some sort of New Year special. I'm not quite sure what form it's going to take, whether there's going to be prizes. I'm not quite sure what games we're going to play. I did pencil something in. I might use some community written question packs because I've got quite a few for various games now. But excuse me. That's going to be next Saturday at 8 PM on this channel for my New Year special. My end of season is coming up at the end of January, and you're hearing it here first. I haven't announced this anywhere. I've only spoken to a couple of people, but I'm going to have a big charity stream at the end of January. It's going to be the last Saturday in January, which is I want to say the 30th. Yes, Saturday the 30th of January. I'm going to be doing a bit of a marathon charity stream. Details forthcoming. It's your birthday, Lupine. Excellent. Well, if you can pop in and share some of your birthday here, it would be lovely to see you for that. More details will be forthcoming and will, of course, all be posted in the Discord. But hearing about it here first, the scoop for that. Some sort of marathon charity stream. And that's going to coincide with the end of the season. I've got a couple of ideas about what it's going to be, and then those ideas change. So details to be released, but do put it in your diaries now. It will probably be an afternoon/evening event rather than starting at 8 and going till 2. It'll probably be more like a start at 3 and go till 12 or something like that. It depends exactly what we do. But pop it in your diaries. 30th of January, Saturday 30th of January. That's going to be the season 2 finale. And a big charity stream, which will be really, really cool, hopefully. So, from me, I've been Royal Flush. It has been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for coming to play Red Herrings and Risky Business tonight. Thank you for your support throughout the year. Thank you for coming in week out. And it's amazing to see so many people enjoying these and coming back on such a regular basis. I am taking Tuesday off, but I will be back next Saturday for some sort of New Year special. Until then, stay safe. Merry Christmas once again. Have a wonderful week. Be safe, be lovely, be splendid to each other. I've been Royal Flush. Until next time, peace out, take care, and good night.
Shoobity wop be oobity wop be oo. Wop shawam. Wop shawari wop. Wop shawam. Wop shawari wop. Wop shawam. Wop shawari wop.
Oh yeah, and Happy New Year as well. So it'll be 2021 when I see you. Here's to a better New Year. Happy New Year to you all. Merry Christmas. Take care.
Shoobity wop be oobity wop be oo. Ba-doo now.